Wow.
Awesome. Now
Right.
I will be witty.
Did you just
I
kill
wasn't
the,
being witty before, but
I'm here. You can start the general fight.
Killed him.
Ah! Matt's agged a load of people.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm looting this
Stella!
chest.
Hang on, these people are dead.
I'm looting this chest.
They were dead before, to be fair.
Oh fucking fuck. Hmm.
Really?
Fire moto.
Right. I'll probably
Hello.
get raped on the way back, but I've got to run back.
That's
whence
right.
they
We
came.
will
Where
go
are you
with
going?
you.
Can you say where?
Mark it on the map.
Marker.
There you go.
Purpley.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm alone.
Okay. The main.
I'm alone.
This is still.
You
Pretty
know,
sure it goes by whichever time zone you're in automatically. What does
he's
that mean?
weirdly not dead. What
Perhaps
they're
he's
saying
still
is that
sporting his purple attire.
I think
Yeah.
they're suggesting it's going to be 10 o'clock our time.
It is 10 o'clock our time.
No, it's 9:05.
It'll be 53 minutes from now for the shutdown.
Is that exact time?
Yeah.
Well, that's
It's
what they're
unbelievable
claiming.
Tekka's time.
Tekka Tekka.
Have you
Wiki
updated
check.
your drivers yet, then?
No, I can't. Unless I manually
can.
download them.
Well, is that impossible?
It's not impossible, but given that it's not showing I need them and my system is stable, I'd
You do
rather
need
not
them.
manually
You need them.
download them.
No, you need them.
Isn't it for 2042 though?
Yes.
Yes, Bill, it is for 2042.
So there you go. You need them, Dan.
Yeah.
Why do I need them? I've played 2042 and it's been absolutely rock solid.
Nvidia say you need them.
What?
It's
What's it
been
saying that it's supposed
bulletproof.
to be improving frames?
It will improve everything in 2042 and make it bomb-proof. More bomb-proof than it is bomb-proof now.
You say it
More
was a
human than
DLSS.
human.
It will reduce, or it will remove all lag and stuttering.
I don't get that.
So the thing about DLSS is real though. The guy, so Pax's Aussie friend, Mr. 6 to 12 months,
Ripper.
did a rather poor test that indicated that DLSS wasn't doing anything at all, and I suspect that's because there was no driver support for it at that point. So it should bring in DLSS support,
Or it might
which
just
is a
use
good-
one of Pax's friends.
which is a good thing.
Oh, I'll have a
Oh,
look at that
yeah?
later. I'll try that later. Ripper.
You have to lick a dick.
Do you? You absolutely have to.
Don't have to, but if
Well,
you do,
It was a question. I said, do you have to?
Lay down.
Down, boy.
You already know the answer though.
Where's everyone
Do you?
else? I'm following Banner.
I'm
Man's
just powering
being
through
up
from
by the red
I'm
man.
following Erica, but Erica's agging stuff and running away, so I'm clearing up behind.
Oh yeah.
Andy's wiping my bum.
That's what I was about to say. Seeing
It feels like that every day.
Little bit of poop.
Contact!
Just a little
Contact!
Antonio
you, Matt.
contact.
Contact story. Have a look at Tarzan's BF 2042 video uploads.
Which video?
Exactly. Which one?
I'm adding a little bit of continuity to the to your stream.
You say
so it
continuity and I say dick.
encourages people to go back and look at what came
Yeah.
before.
I don't
What,
think we
if
can.
you're new to the channel.
We're not doing
Check
we're not
out
doing
YouTube.
recaps at the moment, so I mean, we could do recaps. I think that's not a bad idea. You know, previously on Tarzan,
Previously.
That's a good idea, actually. It's good to do that as a bit of a good
Yeah.
joke,
Yeah.
You just leveled up by running around.
no? Previously, more bollocks.
or alternatively, we could look ahead and go.
The stream looks like he's
Tonight
talking to a
on
chair.
DPC Tarzan. Matt
Oh.
says dick.
We should do it like
Erica says contact.
No, I don't say I say
Talks
over
about
there.
the Civil
Over
War.
there, over there.
we should do it like a reality channel where interspersed between bits of action.
Talania gets angry.
We do a bit to camera and say, at this moment I was really confused by Matt saying dick, and then go back to the stream.
He never says this at home.
Matt never has two dicks at home.
2 dicks
Well.
on stage.
What are we dancing on the map?
Why not?
Oh.
Tap dancing. I can hear it. Why is Latrine still talking to a chair?
Right, I've got to go up there.
There.
Oh, there he goes again. I've got to go up there.
Contact. Contact up there.
Marked it on the map.
He has
There.
marked on the rap. Rap.
There.
Rap.
Rack.
Rapido.
Antoine Descone.
He's really
Wiki.
French.
And then
Was, but
occasionally,
he spoke good
you'd have the other one occasionally, wouldn't you?
The other
Yeah.
one.
The guy who wasn't nearly as good.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh,
The Australian
I
guy.
mean, Jean-Paul Gaultier.
No. Yes, that's who I meant. Thank you. Couldn't think
Jean-Paul
of his name.
Gaultier, mates.
Who's
Was it,
Goatee?
was it actually Jean-Paul Gaultier?
Yeah, actually
Yeah.
was.
That's
Genuinely,
really
nice.
legit was.
Okay, well that's fair enough then. He's got other talents. It's fair enough that he's not that great of a TV presenter.
Reading the news quickly.
And here are some German people with their dicks out.
Jesus Christ, I had not remembered that. was
Every
actually-
episode.
Erica, stop here and kill some stuff. Go.
Why?
No, it's serious. Well, because it gives us something to do.
dead.
It's just gone.
He is dead. Landy
He's
is
just gone down.
That's great.
Why so fast?
Landy
Thank you,
just
Mark.
Stop
killed
and
that.
fight these guys.
him,
Oh,
got
I'm
him.
dead.
I got him.
Well, okay. I'm being honest here. Why are you running
Don't be
directly
honest.
through people who are far too fucking high level for you?
Ugh.
Dan, deal with these people. They're coming in. Coming in
Deal
hot.
with them.
Deal with
Hang
them,
on.
Dan. Deal with them, Dan.
Honestly, you'll feel better for it.
Ah, I'm on fire.
What the shit is this?
Dan's still dead.
No,
No, Dan.
Stella! I've got a mission
Who's
to do.
Stella?
I think.
Dan, run.
Hang on, Dan's running off.
This is beyond
Dan,
you.
stop
I've got a
fighting
mission I'm
these
supposed to be
people.
doing here.
we're not supposed to be here. We've gone off piste.
What you
Well,
say
we're
we
on the
go,
way
because
to your
you're
marker.
leading.
Yeah. Right.
We
Where's...
need to go up and round.
We're just following
Oh.
you.
If you go
okay.
through,
Can we?
I think
Oh,
we
the
can.
black
we can
hole
get through there.
Will
Can you go
slingshot
through?
us.
No,
maybe
that's-
not.
no, that's just a
you can't get
cave.
through there.
So we can't go through then.
We need to go to the other side of this outcrop, and then we will be copacetic. Let's go.
You say copacetic. I say dick.
No, I don't. I've never said that.
You just.
The stream where it didn't happen.
Dale?
Who's Stella?
Who's Dale?
Someone's been left behind. Someone unimportant.
I'm here. Don't worry. You can breathe easy.
Did it sound like
Rest
I was worried?
easy. Rest easy, son. You've had a busy day.
Where's Erica?
I'm
Erica's in
with
trouble.
Erica. No, I've got Erica's back hole.
Oh, I missed with my mighty Fatima Whitbread javelin.
Chubby Whitbread.
So many salty boomers on MMOs.
What?
Who said that?
I'm reading Global.
Oh,
Brought to
hang
you
on,
by
I-
socialism, where the government are your parents. What does that
the
even mean?
I need to turn global back on.
That guy's talking more bollocks than we
right.
do.
This is great. I'm going to
This
get
is-
involved with trolling
this is-
Global.
This is the kind of conversation I can contribute
yeah.
to.
Dan, attack the panther.
Drop your panthers.
Ow!
So that's smart.
Walker. Neglected is neglected.
Get your
Neglected.
Negligee.
Neglected.
I'm done on that.
No,
I
it
need
says
to go.
negligee.
I need to go over there now.
New World immunity.
You don't need to go in there, guys.
Normie Slayer.
At some point.
Neglected. Yeah, you do.
What? In where?
Well,
You've got
in
the fast
here.
travel point.
negligee.
Negligee? Is that what you're going to be wearing next week?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean next week?
Or are you wearing that at your desk?
Child niggling is a crime.
What?
What?
Niggly?
Niggling.
Someone's just had a heart attack. Just collapsed at his desk.
Nah, it wasn't a heart attack, my friend.
My friend.
Right, where are we going now?
This way.
Marked it on the map.
Okay.
He's basically serving you up at
Appears
every
to be
fucking...
in the mountain.
Watch
This
out,
way.
horny deer!
This way.
Hang on, what?
Whoa!
Oh, I can't. It's rampant. Hang on. If you're walking out of this gate, you have to make sure you go and get the spawn point. You can't fucking run away from it.
Yeah,
I think he just got it. He got it. He got
He
it.
just did it. But we were all sitting next to him while he was doing it. I was typing negligee on global.
I need to get to there.
Thanks for coming.
Was
Where is
there a
the way?
Was there a response?
No, Dan, you need to go back into the fucking...
Yeah, it's not. It's
So when I said you need to go up here, and you said...
the goal of socialism is communism.
It was where I said it was. In here.
Where now?
Oh my god.
Goal of socialism is communism.
Stop it! There's no goals
What?
of socialism.
Yes, there are.
No, there isn't. That's what they'll have you believe.
Who's they?
The socialism.
You're out of touch with the dialect.
Isms.
I'll fucking dialect you in a minute. All property is built. Who's saying that shit? You said that.
Nobody is saying that.
No, literally no one said that.
Someone said that on local.
Local. There's no one in here.
Local.
I saw it in area chat.
There's no one local.
All property is built, like my dick.
I said all property is theft.
That's the same words.
Therefore, theft is property. Therefore, this. Oh, I can't remember the rest of the quote. It's from. There's a young one's quote there. I'm going to leave it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to rejoin global now.
It's something
aren't
like
I?
all property is theft. Therefore, all theft is property. Therefore, this X is mine. I can't remember what the X is. Bollocks.
Sandwich, porridge.
Americans wouldn't get it anyway.
No, all property is dick.
You see that one coming. Right. Where are you guys? Oh, still up here. Where now?
Reading the
Banner.
story, leave him alone.
Banner boy.
Yeah. Don't not read the story.
It's in here.
Right, so I'm at an impasse now because it says
Impasse.
Got to get
Yeah,
to
I
level
can't
30.
Yep, I can't go any further until I hit level 30.
It's a Sea of Thieves
Okay.
barrel over here.
Right. This. Because yeah, he's the word. The word that you heard. It's got groove. It's got meaning.
Turd.
So we need to do some quests then, Dan. What quests have you got?
We do, Dan.
Hang on.
What the shit? The Dan's.
No.
Dave's fucking working up Faulkner the Mad.
and been cool Boomer in the 30s. Boomer had the best jobs for no efforts. Was like Union Golden Days in here. They had jobs at GMC Ford and operated forklift at $30 an hour.
What the hell? English, motherfucker.
That isn't English.
Right. I've got a couple of quests in. Few different areas. So I've got some in Monarch's Bluff and
bankers are. Why do you think they want communism so bad? The bankers want communism.
It's authoritarian.
Yeah.
Bankers.
Wait, what?
What bankers?
The bankers.
Back away. We're surrounded by a mental case. Right, where are we going?
Yeah, what
In
missions
and
have you got,
out,
Dan?
And
Yeah,
in,
can you put a marker in for something, Dan?
out,
Yeah, hang
and
on, hang on, hang
in,
on.
No, I won't hang on.
in.
I think it's probably best if I go there
Ah.
first and do that one. So I've got to go
Board.
there, which is probably easier to fast travel.
You've got to go where? Oh, all the way down to Windswood.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
So I think it's
Right, so-
probably easy if I go up to the fast travel thing and then start-
Windswood?
Have we not got any quests there at all?
No. Well, I've been basically following you guys around. I haven't been doing any side quests, so nothing's progressed.
Hidden inflation tax and increasing taxes via socialism. You can't afford even a timely mobile house attendant one income. My kids will never own a home.
So I want to go all the way.
To kids. I like that comment.
Why does Pax keep talking in local? Oh, no, he's not.
Good old global chat. Good old Soviet style. Train's gone.
Where's Latrine gone?
He's off.
I
He's
said
gone.
I've got to fast travel to whatever it was, Windswood.
Jesus Christ, he's gone down to fucking Windswood Hole. That
Dan's
fucking-
getting away. Right, here comes a cat. Don't worry, I'll skin this.
Dan, so what are you doing there? You doing a quest there, or are you just doing a dump and run? You're 4 kilometers away.
I've got to do Predator Prey.
Taking a
Travel
bit
to
to
the
Isengard.
Elder Gate region to begin your hunt.
Oh, is it like a side quest thing?
Yeah.
Elder Gate?
Yeah, it's
Is there
just a
any
little.
indication where that is?
Yeah, I've marked it on the thing.
It's purple.
Where's the Perkle? I can't see the Perkle.
It's
It's
south
down
of Windswood.
south of Windswood.
Like literally
Oh,
upping up on
okay.
first light.
Still don't see it.
I'll be right back in a sec.
Big soy.
Yeah, I've got it.
Sign, alright.
So, hang on. Do you need help with that?
Probably
It's
not.
just
I guess the biggest thing.
you're so far ahead of us that I'm not sure we'll be able to get there in time to assist before you've probably got it finished.
whether I get ganked for PvP.
Oh yeah. That's not going to end well. We go down. Can we go down the hill to this green marker here?
Yep.
I got defeat Rust Tart Hunter.
Following you.
Communism.
Americans. Americans are so easy.
That's amazing, aren't they?
Is it in the
There's a
cave?
chest here.
Not sure.
Who have you got to
No,
kill?
I think it's around the corner. The Rust Tart Hunter.
Rusclart.
So do you need to hunt hunters? Because I don't think.
Oh
there's
yeah,
only
yeah, there.
I don't think it's just one. I think there's a few of them around.
Blah, 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 blah.
Can't see any yet. Let's see.
There's not loads of them.
Yeah, no, they're the rarest of the
Yeah, I've got 1 of 3, so I need 2 more.
rarest of the mobs in this area. Let's see if we can find some. Or we could barrel in there and just ag absolutely everything. How does that sound?
Let's do that.
Yes.
Woohoo! Right, let me get my Healy Von Wheelie. Stand still. Oh, you didn't stand still.
Okay, I'm standing still now.
Well, it's not on you now.
It's alright, but it's where I'm standing, so it's alright.
I want hunter. There's a hunter. I've got a hunter.
Oh my god, I'm encumbered again. Really need to get rid of some of this stuff. Is that 2 or 3 then?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
I've got another hunter.
Nice.
Jobby job.
Yeah, done that. Done.
Jobs.
Done,
Yeah,
done, done, done.
Ah, stop it.
Okay, I'm stopping now. So where do you need to turn that in, Bill?
No, it's there, that green marker.
Yeah,
Right.
it's matey boy on the rocks, isn't it?
Okay, let's get down there. Get that done for you.
Uncle's after us. Who's Stella?
Any more? Who is Stella?
Who's Stella? I'm going to ask Global. Who's Stella?
You have no respect for people.
Who's Stella?
Selenia's in a race with a turkey.
Winning.
You scared the
Who's
deer
that?
off. The stag.
Feel the scared stag. Where is Armange 2? Armange 2, where are you?
I think he's gone AFK.
Yes, but where is he? I'm encumbered. I'm encumbered.
Again? Stop picking shit up.
I need to drop some things. I've got 395 rawhide.
Just
on me.
salvage some stuff.
I can't
Yeah.
salvage the rawhide. I need that. It's
I might
important.
have. I might have harvested many thousand hemp today.
Hang on.
Hemp
Right.
what?
Huh?
Salvaging
what?
my. I'm salvaging my important
Harvested.
weapons.
Not salvaged, harvested.
Here we go. I'm with you guys. Keep going.
Oh, 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 oh! Oh no, it's rubbish.
During a war. They ran out of Civil War references last week, yeah.
Who,
Oh, no.
me?
Oh,
Oh,
no, we
mate.
haven't run out of
Not even
references.
started. Not even started.
Scratching the surface, touching the cloth.
I
On Civil
can,
War
uh,
references.
I can give you a great breakdown of why Jackson's Shenandoah campaign is a masterclass in operating on interior lines, if you like.
No, I don't like.
What do you think, Pax? What do you think of the works of Sun Tzu?
I've got it. It's all right. I think it's a bit dated. I've actually put on my Christmas list a book called The Utility of Force, which is by a British general whose name escapes me right now. And one of the bits of blurb says it's a really good modern day update on Sun Tzu. So, and Clausewitz actually as well, which I've also read.
But
Who's it
as
written
an-
by?
as an- back.
What do you think of Mein Kampf?
As a counterpoint, how do you feel about the works of Huey Lewis in the News?
Don't you need to be up here, Taz?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just ran past. I was listening
Lewis
to
and the
you.
dick. So what are we doing? What's happening?
We were talking
Uh,
about
so,
the works of Sun
uh,
Tzu.
Yeah, discussing Jackson's Shenandoah campaign.
Dan has taken care of his needs down in Windswood.
Needs.
Wiki Way.
Yes.
Wiki Wawa.
We- Please that question.
Wiki Wawa.
Is it within your means? Dan?
I've done quest 1. Next is quest 2.
What's
What?
that?
How can there be more than one quest?
What?
Right,
What is
Beale,
this?
what have you got here?
I just picked one up. Hang on, where is it?
Yes. Okay, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, green.
Contact.
Northwest.
Through the iron fields, get your mining picks out.
Right, my next
that-
quest is over in Monarch's Bluffs.
Do you know what the distinguishing aspect of the iron fields is? There's no
It's
fucking iron there.
All of the iron that there isn't. I've got a great little iron loop that I do round.
I've got a
Cutler's Peak.
Scalaveal. Scalaberville, I can't say it now.
Scallop Beale. The Scallop of Beale.
A scallop.
Scallop of Beale.
It's not right.
We could regale your Twitch viewers with stories of my amazing cooking exploits, Tars. How about
No.
that?
Let's
Can we have a high level summary of your amazing cooking exploits before we commit to
Cooking
I-
exploits
I
in the
did
real
some
world or
amazing
cooking
cooking.
exploits in New World?
No, in real world.
Exploits.
Exploits.
Alright, high level, Harry, go.
Experience. point.
I cooked a T-bone steak at the weekend for the family to share, and that was excellent. Might be the best steak I've ever cooked. Very happy with that.
More high level.
So,
More high
okay,
level.
so I'll allow a slightly increased level of detail on that. So seasoning, go.
Just regular seasonings, just
Don't give me just regular.
Regular
detail.
seasoning.
well, just salt and pepper. But I made a salsa verde to go with it. You see, so that was good. And
Is it
then
green?
It's all about the garlic salt. For steak.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Well, it's because I went to the butcher and I got a 750-gram T-bone steak for £12. £12.
That is a good deal.
Is it out of
It's,
date?
it's amazing. It was
Came
absolutely
off its
banging.
arse.
Best steak I've ever cooked.
Is it the only steak you ever cooked?
The biggie steaks.
And,
How do you cook
was
it?
A good. Oh, just in the pan.
Well done.
Yeah, pan
In the
fried
pan?
it,
Which
so
one of you is the Neanderthal?
I
Well done.
rendered down the fat, and then I
It's Philistine. It wasn't Neanderthal. It's
Oh,
Philistine.
it's Philistine.
then I heated
Hang
up.
on, who
both.
was the Philistine? Was it you, Dan?
Yeah.
I'm just joking. Of course it was you.
We don't actually
So,
know how
how'd
the
you like
Philistines
it,
had
Pax?
their
How'd you like
meat,
it?
do we?
Twitch viewers.
Hey, how do I like it?
Hang on a sec, Harry. The Philistine reference is on a restaurant trip that most of the DPC crew were on. Dan ordered fillet steak. Well done.
Did Dan?
And the chef came out and berated him in person.
Good.
Restaurant.
You didn't, Dan.
I'm not
Keep
100%
done.
sure it was a fillet steak. It was definitely a steak.
That's Erica, by the way.
It fucking was. I was there. Erica ordered fillet steak. Well done.
You're blackened.
But
I would like this incinerated, please.
I went for medium at the weekend to answer your question because the girls were.
It's
eating as
T-bone.
well.
It's T-bone.
And it's T-bone, yeah.
Medium.
Medium.
But normally I would go for medium or medium.
Blue.
Sorry, medium rare
Right.
or rare.
Yeah,
I've got
Right.
Rust Heart mercenaries, Rust Heart miners to kill here.
What?
There's miners everywhere.
Dick Heart Miner.
Literally everywhere.
I actually have a mission to kill these dudes as well, but one more will do it.
I have a mission from God. Why am I running towards Erica?
Who can say?
I'm coming back to the losers.
Losers? Ooh, Stella!
And then check this out for the piece de
Yeah.
resistance
Yeah,
because we had
go
so much Salsa Verde left.
Did you do any sides other than Salsa Verde?
Yeah, I did a version of David's Nice Potatoes or Pax's Nice Potatoes stream. So I'm not.
Hang on,
doxing
David.
myself,
Doxing.
Look at my hat.
God.
which are basically just
Potatoes?
potatoes.
Raw potatoes.
Haters.
Parboil them a little bit and then stick
Spunky
them in a pan for like 20 minutes. I normally put in
Plunky
some
potatoes.
chorizo,
Yeah,
but I just
potatoes.
did them.
Can you post the recipe in chat?
regular.
Twitch
Yeah.
chat those.
Everyone
sure.
likes spunky taters.
But that's it. No more
Can't
sides. And then yeah, because we had so much
You
salsa
don't,
verde
you, don't need,
left over.
you don't need a lot of sauce.
On Sunday, I bought some chicken thighs, bashed them out flat, spread the salsa verde in, rolled them up, wrapped them in prosciutto, and sliced up some more potatoes. Stuck them in layered them up in a dish with some of the salsa between the layers. Salsa?
Salsa?
Salsa.
Lay.
And cooked it
Need
in the oven, and it was
mercenaries. Need
fucking
mercenaries.
amazing.
There's one over here.
Why don't you ask Matt how many times he's been allowed in the kitchen?
I go into the kitchen, take my tray back, and then I get shouted at.
To be fair, nothing good's
So I'm thinking of leaving it at the door now.
You probably need a little slot to push it through rather than even.
Oh, I remember
Having
the
you open.
days. I remember the days when I had a little slot.
Now you've got a big slot, haven't you?
I've got 2 kids.
Daddy's favourite toy got broken.
Need one more
It's like the
mercenary.
pub.
Why are you guys hanging around this tent?
It's like the pub.
Stop
when it's
Like
burned
moving.
down.
mercenaries.
They can build it back, but it'll never be the same again.
2 more miners, 1 more mercenary.
Can't say that.
Potatoes.
We're looking for
Find us
chests.
miners and mercenaries.
2 more chests in the iron fields.
These guys are dead.
These guys are cannonballers.
Right,
Dave,
hang on.
they
there's
got
chests.
some of your
Follow
trees
me.
here, Dave.
Follow me.
Yeah. Bill, this way.
How are you?
Follow me.
That's where the chesticles can be found.
Here's a miner.
Since you got to stop
49er.
saying that, I'll have to report you. It's in the next room.
Who's Stella?
Where's the chest?
Up,
Looking for
up here.
chests.
To visit my auntie today, and she
Yeah,
had
there's a
a
mercenary.
pediatrician staying with her. Like they weren't even hiding it.
Get the people of Portsmouth on the case. They'll sort that shit out.
Exactly. They'll be all over that. Get out the pitchforks and the burning torches.
Right, 1 more miner. And 1 more chest.
So there is another there's another shrine
No, there
over
isn't.
here. If anybody
Yeah.
hasn't got that.
No, there isn't.
Do I have that? Yeah, of
yeah,
course
got that
I've
one.
got
Oh yeah.
that. Is there
There's
a
a miner
chest
down here.
down here? Yeah, I think there's a chest down here as
Chesty Morgan.
well. Chesty Morgan.
Chesty Morgan.
Rusty Swanson, the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Chickatickalick.
I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar's much better.
Have you seen the Charlie Chaplin in the 10 Rings yet?
What? Charlie Chaplin? What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, but could you be any more racialist?
What? What's wrong with Charlie Chaplin?
He's not Chinese, you know.
I didn't say he was.
You did. You said he was Charlie Chaplin. He's Chinese.
There's a chest
I
here.
never said it was Chinese.
Yes, we went to see it at the cinema.
Oh, is it any
what
good?
was your room?
So I think it's on Disney now, isn't
yeah.
it?
It was a
No, it is
talkie.
It is good.
I think
It's,
it's on Disney.
on
There's
IMAX.
no, yeah, it's on IMAX. Yeah,
Yeah, IMAX.
I don't even think you have to buy it.
It's a colour picture.
Who said that?
Is it a talkie though? Is it a
That's what I just
talkie?
said. Stop reusing my joke.
Is it one of those films where you get like you get like a cut scene and you've got like the words and it goes back to the picture, yeah?
Yeah, and then the outline of my dick,
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
surrounded by Chinese people.
it's Talkie that's a silent movie, that's right.
Why is that
flip book
power fapping
presentation.
noise?
Armand is copying my moves. I've
Right,
got
I've
Excalibur
got-
and
I've got to go
Armand's
to the hand
fitting
in.
Excalibur.
Green marker.
Yep.
What are you dicking about?
I think you know what I'm thinking about.
Leeds bow.
So what's
These
your
bow indeed.
what's your favourite dish then?
What's a
Pax.
cook?
Gringy.
Previous
Betty
on the
Grable. Betty
I
Grable.
really like.
Previous
What is it?
Oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you
Can you
see?
see?
Betty Grable.
Yes, you were saying.
No.
I
No, we
really,
weren't. No one was saying.
I really like my
Okay,
chorizo and artichoke risotto. That's good. Good.
No one eats
staple.
artichokes.
Artichokes.
Yes.
So,
Chorizo, chorizo and
Oh,
artichoke
yeah.
risotto. Hold the artichoke.
It's banging. It's really good.
I'll
It's all
have
about the
some-
stock.
I'll have some
though,
of
you
that.
see. It's all about the stock.
Can you do it without?
You gotta make
you
chicken
taste
stock.
the artichokes.
Yeah, of course you can. You buy
There's
them.
nothing-
You buy
there's
them
nothing nice about
marinated
artichoke.
Italiano ones. What
No.
you get in the
D33.
the deli counter.
Yeah, and they still taste like Gandhi's nutsack.
Well,
Erica, how are you getting on?
They sound like Gandhi's
I'm on to
nutsack
mission
with
3 now.
dressing.
they're very nice,
Where are you going now?
and I
I've
cook
I've
them
marked it on the
very
map.
well.
It's up in Emberwood.
Who sold you on
Emberwood?
artichokes?
Where the fuck is Emberwood?
I know. Where's Emberwood?
Which female has made you eat artichokes and made you think it's a good thing?
Well,
Oh, Weaver's
I
Fen, yeah?
Oh,
myself.
Got a new
No,
outfit.
no. He's it's in Ebersfall.
Oh, sorry, I see it. I see it.
Just call me Wolf.
Why?
Well,
Why would we call,
from
why would we call
Gladiator.
you?
Gladiators.
Right.
Gladiator.
You
So
will go on my first whistle.
On my signal, unleash my whistle.
Right, I've got another Missione that I've just picked up at Gorlex Mine to the
old
north.
fucking
There's-
mix.
That's where. Yeah, okay.
They say no.
Ooh,
Gorlex
la
mine.
bombo, yeah, la bombo, la
Come
bombo.
on, Horlicks.
Where are we going?
Gorlex
You bloody
Mine.
popperdom.
Right, following it.
Gorlu's Mine. Gollum's Mine.
Forley, the weakest.
How you doing, Dan?
Fine,
I mean,
thanks.
Dan's in.
Little Abercrombie reference there.
I'm looking at Dan. I can see him.
Abercrombie and
Oh, this is where we couldn't
No,
find
it's,
that guy. Do you remember?
Abercrombie is Joe Abercrombie. He's an author. Very good.
What am I supposed to be doing here? Hang on.
You've got to
Right.
kill.
Reclaim boys' weapon designs.
Oh yeah.
What?
Destroy
what?
Master
Boys
Smith.
rifles.
Destroy Master
You
Smith.
can't.
Yeah, we know
Oh,
where he
gee.
is.
Disrupt
Boys
the collective
anti-material
weapon
rifles.
supply.
Yeah.
There's a battle going on
Hang on a
behind us.
second. Before we do this,
There's a
before we
battle
do
going
this-
on for our territory behind us
where?
at the fort.
For our
Yes.
territory.
Let's get in there, boys. Let's get in there. Let's fucking flint it up. I don't know
You
what that
can't
means. Let's
unless
do it.
you're.
Monkey Molek.
You can get into the fucking
Jesus.
keep. You can always get into the keep. Get your keep out. It's not an event. It's open world.
Are we?
The stuff at the
Can
fort's
we just
open
go
world.
into the
Go,
fort
go, go!
Are we going? Are we
PvP
going?
flag. Yes, we are.
Come on.
Well, I'm already on my way.
Come on
You
then,
just
let's
need to be-
go.
You just need to be
Okay.
PvP flagged.
Which we are.
Okay, I've marked it. Let's do it.
No, we need more markers. I've got enough. I've got
Really
an
wanna
orange one, a
see
purple
those
one, a
markers?
pink
More
one, and a
dots,
green one
more
in front of me,
dots.
and I'm not sure which
All
one we're
about-
going at.
It's all about who was first, and that was me.
Who's on first?
Whistle.
Monkey Molek base.
You will go on my first whistle.
I can see it and I can hear shouting.
What happens when we get there?
Yeah.
Shouting. You can hear shouting. We're not playing 2042 tonight.
Listen, it's all justified.
It's the ancients of Mumu.
Pax, are you going to be on Friday
In what?
Friday.
in 2042
Yeah.
What?
when it opens up for you? When she
Ah.
opens up for you. When she opens her legs.
Ah.
Whatever
Let's
you
do
do,
it.
though, whatever you do, Pax, don't land. Land.
Right, we're
Download-
keepers under attack.
Don't download the new Nvidia drivers. They're a trap.
Yeah, I won't.
It's a trap.
You boys getting in here or what?
We're coming.
Yeah,
We're
on the
On the
coming.
way.
My machine's got AI. It doesn't allow me to download them.
Right.
It doesn't even have it.
Right, we're in PvP. We're
Hello,
PvPing.
Dan. I'm in.
Come
I'm in.
Okay.
on.
Yeah, we're inside.
Are
I'm
we
gonna get-
inside?
I'm gonna get
I'm not
killed.
inside.
Yes, yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna get-
inside. I'm PvPing.
I'm not inside. I'm not inside.
Why are you not inside?
I don't know, but I'm not
That's what
inside.
you would
I'm
say.
inside.
Outside.
Now
They've run outside. They've run outside.
I'm inside.
Oh,
Do you need
level
help?
60 guys,
Point.
fucking. Oh, I'm down.
No one's fucking. I'm fine. Coming out to join the fucking.
Just out of interest, is that how long you normally last, man?
Where that bloke had a big hammer.
He's going
Oh,
down.
this guy's going down! Oh,
We got him. We
my
got him. We
goodness.
got him.
Oh,
Stolen a
5 of us
musket
managed
from
to
him.
beat one person. Go us.
Yay!
We've defended.
Us.
We've defended well.
Come on, let's get back inside. How long do we have
I'm
to
not-
defend it for?
I'm going to hide inside.
That was it, wasn't it? Was that it?
Seriously, I'm encumbered all
that
the
it?
time. What do I do?
Yes, the attack is over. We retain possession of the deck.
My God,
that?
we're heroes.
It was attacked by one person.
Where do I collect my medal?
Mm.
It's my campaign medal.
Purple Heart.
defeating
Saigon.
one enemy.
Purple Heart. Saigon.
It was the-
Look,
Mentioned in-
look at
mentioned in
1v5 and
Spanish.
I took 2 of them.
He wasn't even aiming at the stubs.
In a 1v5, you took 2 of them.
It was yeah. Yeah.
What? There's no public access to the armory.
Public access.
Jesus Vendark is here. Jesus Vendark is with us.
How come I can't use the turret?
Because I don't know. More options.
Doesn't allow you to.
Not available.
No. Yeah.
Does it have to be a bigger battle? Bigger
Hey,
boys.
Bigger,
You probably have to be part of the agreed group and
bigger battles came.
in a war.
Do we see anyone coming? Jesus,
No,
there's Jesus up here.
It's done, isn't it?
We've got
We're
Jesus with us.
We're great winners. If Jesus is with us, who can be?
Jesus. Jesus.
He's here. He's laughing at me saying I'm good.
I don't think he's laughing at you. He's talking on global.
Oh, he's taunting the other side. That's what he's doing. Asking him to come back.
He's Brad Braille.
Brad. Oh, so Peking is the guy that we fought,
Yeah.
and he's just having a chat with Jesus. Basically, he gave us credit for how quickly he responded. So basically, us turning up and bumming him is what he's talking about.
Imagine dying to Peking. It's called.
Where's our man off to?
I'm scouting outside the fort.
There's some corruption outside. Should we go do that? Let's go and do that.
Yeah.
While we're
Happy
waiting.
market.
Done it.
I will add that.
Blue marker. Or teal marker.
Blue
I would say.
marker, teal marker,
Going to teal.
Teal marker.
the old Mexican dick.
Pablo marker. Call it the powder marker.
Or the dick marker.
I'm gonna
That's
put camp down.
Hmm?
Thanks, I like that one.
Camp here.
Loggy, ready to troll the chat. Hang on. Gone the wrong way. Yeah, coming to you. Sorry, Matt. I was going the wrong way. Come back.
Oh, I'm scouting this wire fibre.
Okay, fine. Right, boys, go in there.
Let's go. Leeds bow.
Leeds bow.
Right, I'm what can only be described as coming.
So a perennial problem, you know, this, everybody knows this to be honest, but it's a tanky problem, is that you get knocked around. There's nothing you can do about being
That's about, I say.
You get the just about any enemy can knock you back if they've got that
Yeah.
type of action. I think a thing that I would try and do is to fight where the knockback will push me into something that means I don't move. Because packs otherwise, that obviously means I get knocked out of the heals, which is unhandy. So what we could do with is
Lag detected.
what we could do is solid stuff to fight against, basically.
Right, let's get
Right.
this next one.
Yeah.
Can you heal me, please?
Oh
Yeah, can you heal him?
Yeah, where's my heal?
Oh my god, I'm fucking overloaded again. Jesus Christ. Scrap. Scrap. Coming in.
Coming in hot.
We're separated. Let's group up.
You say that.
No, I didn't say that.
You did, I heard you say it. I literally heard it with my ear holes.
Taking care of business. Okay, a couple more to go. We're actually helping out the rewards this time. Don't feel dirty anymore.
Stag.
Feel the stag.
It's not a stag.
It is a stag. It's
What is it
literally
then?
a stag.
It's not, it's a wolf bow stag.
It's a stag. It's a fair approximation.
It's a dick mark stag.
Right, one left.
Nice. Alright, I've got my Defy Death now on my hatchet.
Oh, good. Excellent. Excellent.
Come on, let's see if we can get this one. Should be able to.
We're going to get kicked out in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You can
Okay,
get,
this one
get
in
the
2
old
minutes.
fucking roosty toosty boosty toost.
Yeah, we
With
can
the
probably
old
do this
Evo.
one.
Yeah, I think we
Oh,
can.
let's
Need
go.
to bow.
Corruption in the 10 rings.
Say something about Charlie Chan.
I didn't say Charlie, I said Charlie Chaplin. Hang on.
I heard you.
Quite a big difference.
We know what you said.
I didn't say Jackie Chan and the 10 rings at all.
You said Charlie
talking
Jack
about?
Chan. Chang Chan.
No, I
Jack
said
Chan.
Charlie Chaplin.
Chang, you said Chang Chang Chang.
Why did you
Chang
say that,
Chang.
though? Why did you say that though?
What, Charlie Chaplin?
Charlie
Charlie
Chang.
Chan. Why were you going on about Charlie Chan? What's he done to you?
Toby Woo. Toby Chung.
What?
Chang man.
Right, let's head for the portal. You never know.
You never know.
What do you know?
do know.
Ten o'clock. Less than a minute.
Trash talking with DPC.
Yeah.
Where is everyone?
There's the enemies. There's an enemy.
There he is! Ah.
Don't push him too far back.
I'm licking my bum.
I've killed that guy for you.
Thank you.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
I don't know how I was going to survive it.
Exactly.
Where's he off
You were in
to?
danger. I'm in danger. Don't push him out. Don't push him out of the zone. Push him in. Turn around. Get behind him. Push him in.
Shit in.
Die.
Defeat all enemy waves.
I'm
we go.
almost dead. Where's my healing?
You don't need him.
Harry doesn't fucking heal unless you fucking pre-order a heal on the website. Phil, have you thought about streaming on OnlyFans? You might get more viewers.
I'm not sure whether that's
about-
true.
Have you thought about streaming on fans?
Thought about going into the hot tub
Speciality.
area.
Yeah.
Eric Banana left the game.
Seriously, you have experience in the hot tub zone.
Are you telling me Hot Tub Time Machine is full of shit?
Oh. Back to the Future is though.
It's past 10 o'clock.
They lied to us. They
Are
lied!
all the children in their beds?
Eric is Banana Man.
They're allowing us to finish this.
No, they're not.
Clearly.
It's all gonna go wrong. Make hay while the sun shines, boys.
At least make sure we die here so when we look back in we get bum fucked in the mouth.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Maybe it's like a Mexican 10 o'clock.
What?
Why do you have to be like that?
Yeah, I
Jesus.
don't like
Charlie
these
Chan, Mexican
I never
stuff.
said. Stop going on about your Charlie
I
Chan.
had no idea you were such a homophobe.
What? What? How does that make any sense whatsoever?
Thinking on about
when
the
does
tenets
anything
of
matter?
National Socialism. And Jesus, I had no idea. I'm sorry.
I had no idea! I will bet!
Why does Bill keep bringing up Gay Jesus?
What?
Ow! Ruined my special move, you dicky McFuckin.
Right, let's finish this.
Why,
boys
where are
quickly.
my heels?
He is.
He's out. I need
Say
healing.
that.
You don't
Yeah.
need healing, you need to dodge hits rather than demand healing all the time. No healing
you
for anyone
just-
but the tank.
If you are standing still and just attacking Bill, you need to be in heavy armor and stop being a crybaby whistler.
Got the ag. I'm not enjoying it, but I've got the ag.
Stella!
Getting diced with these laser beams. I'm gonna have to
Right,
find
one of
an
them's
altar.
down.
I'm gonna have to find an altar. Oh, I'm dead!
Jesus Christ, how did that happen?
I wasn't getting any healing. There's no area healing. If someone gets me up, then I won't die.
Yeah,
but they,
I'm on
they,
you.
but they
Game
have
up,
to
I've
give
got
me
his
up.
attention.
Getting him up.
It's not like I do an enormous amount of damage, so we've got a couple of seconds. There we go. Can we close it?
No.
Right, here we go again.
On our own.
All up. Make sure everybody's together this time.
Make sure you're standing on the heels that have been put on the ground this time round.
Right, here we go again.
Well, there'll be some bosses first, of some description.
Gotta be a boss at the end, doesn't there?
Yeah.
Right, so not on the boss phase yet.
No.
Right, ball up again.
Although these guys are a bit tougher in the last round, so we might be on a
Oh,
build
I'm
up to
stuck.
destination.
Stay in the heels. Just missed.
I'm down.
Someone get Harry up.
Get him up.
I'm on it.
Okay, you good.
Trying to keep getting pushed off him. Right, 50%, 75,
Ow.
and he's up.
Okay. Hold here, wait for the heels. That's it. Everybody stand in the heels. Right. Matt, you can go out and fight them, but we're healing up. Right, going out to get them. Oh, fuck it. Missed him.
He fucked off as well. What a gun.
Yeah. Taunting. Let's get this guy who's up by the leg.
Yeah.
Right, now we turn for the other one. You fucker. Right, wait for the biggie. Stand in the heel.
Get ready for Dick.
Right.
Yeah, it's a biggie. It's an ogre.
Wreck-It Ralph's in.
Taunted.
I'm round
Right.
behind him.
Yeah, get behind him.
Oh, I just turned round.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
he
they do.
does
No.
When you see him turn, you've got to avoid him. There's
I
no
was
other way
in the
to
middle of
deal with
a
it.
animation. I couldn't do anything.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a pain. Right, nice kill.
Get the portal, get the portal.
Burn it up before they cancel on us. I've got it.
Can't, someone else is doing it.
I've got it. I've got it.
Nice.
We did
Right,
it.
good. Right, good.
Got the big Dick rewards.
Dan, where are you?
Dan logged out.
I logged out because it said 10 o'clock, but it's fucked me because clearly you didn't have to log out by 10.
No. No. I clearly stay in until they
Keep fighting till the fight is done, Dan.
never stop fighting until the fight is done.
Don't stop. Never give up. Hold your head high and reach the top.
What are you doing?
Got a point on
What?
it, monkey. Right, gonna head back
Oh.
to.
I just farted.
Yes. He didn't need to tell us that. We could have guessed.
East is Dick.
Go to Briarwood Settlement.
Say that.
Nope.
You did. Oh, my auto run's broke.
Oh, my auto run's broken.
My
It-
auto
I
run's
told-
working fine.
told
Update.
you.
Auto run update. Two
It
auto
only-
runs broken, one working.
That only happens when you get involved with the Dick fight.
Tarzan,
portal.
auto run. Yes or no?
Hang on, I was in the map. Yeah, it's
He
working.
was, he was going for some.
2 and 2. It's currently level on auto run.
Yeah. My auto run tends not to break, so there you go.
Getting frangible. If you
Oh,
updated those NVIDIA drivers, your auto run would probably.
I'm getting some ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ding in my ear.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
It's my battery running out.
Jangle sign.
Django.
Yeah.
Charlie Chan.
Oh my god.
Charlie
Racist
Django.
is back.
Racist. Charlie Chan's your god.
Wong!
White cake.
What? You can't say that.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Phil only eats white cake, whatever that is.
And, hang on a minute. That's not what I
Is
said
that like,
either.
is that like white pudding? Black puddings.
What was the
even
name of
more-
it?
I'm
That's
referring
not
to
it.
the film.
What was the
I
name
bet
of
you
the.
You've got
was
film
in
on
that-
your white pudding. Don't eat
What's
it.
the name of that- what's the name of that chemical ingredient with cake in the name? Is that white cake?
What?
Used to make nuclear weapons.
Bukake.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
KK.
okay. Hmm. With this bouquet, you are spoiling us.
Matt can always lower the tone.
The ambassador doesn't go anywhere near Bukake. Well, it should be
There's no tone. There's no tone so low that it can't be lowered by
Ambassador.
that.
With this for Russia, you're really spoiling it.
Chocolate salty balls.
Lower it.
Base.
That's South Park now.
How low can you go?
Oh.
Space.
Out of space.
1999. How low can you go?
Can we just talk to you about space?
No.
You know as much as Elon
Russell.
Musk?
I told you my story.
Russell
Not Michael
Grant.
Dawn.
No.
Oh, Elon
No.
Musk.
Micro Dawn.
Tesla and the 10 rings.
Michael Dawn's not a micro Dawn.
Micro
Micro Dawn.
Who you been talking to?
I mean, Dawn. We Dawn. My auto run is back, boys. My auto run is back.
Auto.
Auto.
Autobus.
Out.
Auto
This
run.
is das Autobahn.
Toto at the back here.
Fuck them all. Fuck them all, Lewis.
Auto run.
Ich spiele neue Welt.
Lewis, that's how you turn on the auto run.
There was an amazing accidental partridge I saw from GB News the other day.
I'll
Is it
see if I can
accidental?
find it.
Yep.
Well, probably
GB
not.
News.
Basically, isn't GB News basically the Partridge Channel?
Basically Partridge, yeah.
Go on.
Fucking genius. I'll see if I can find it in a sec.
Actually, why are you leaving us?
I quite like Andrew Neil as well.
Andrew Neil's good,
Yeah.
and the one of the reasons he's good is he looks at things like GB News and goes, "You guys are a bunch of fucking nutters.
What the fuck
together.
is
I'm
this?
getting the fuck out of here."
No money is worth this shit. Right, let's see if I can find
What about
it.
Mo Money?
No, she's
No money.
Toto could have done a Sean Bean at the weekend. Oh, red
Hmm?
collar bastards.
Bastards. Yeah, he can't pronounce bastards properly. It's no fault of his own.
Who are we blaming for this then?
Thatcher. Hello, Armand.
Found it. I found it.
Right,
What have you found?
it's unlikely I'll be on Monday. I might be on Tuesday.
What Monday? Which
Yeah,
Monday?
This Monday coming.
Will you
I'm in-
say that, Dan?
Yes, I'm in the Peak District, so it's unlikely I'll be on.
Are you peaking there, Dan?
Where in the Peak District are you?
Called Beijing nowadays.
We are going to be close to Bakewell,
And the
What are
10
you going to
rings.
be doing there?
There you go. It's in Discord.
walking in the Peak District.
You going to
What
be
else do you do
basing?
there?
I wish you told me because Bakewell is where my family's from. I could have
Oh.
given you lots of tips of where to go.
Parking cars. That's
Fucking
what else.
car.
How big is Bakewell?
Parking
Pick up some
cars.
Depends if
tarts.
if you get make your own one or you get a Mr. Kipling. Mr. Kipling ones are quite small. And I'll be honest with you, they feel like they were smaller than when we were
Make
kids.
your own tarts.
So, first thing you must know about Bakewell, there's no such thing as a Bakewell tart. That's a Mr. Kipling
Ah.
bullshit. They're called Bakewell puddings, okay? So if you're gonna get
Sound.
anything there, you want to get a Bakewell pudding.
Okay.
It's northerners for you. Everything's a pudding.
He doesn't speak for me.
True.
Yes,
In
Staffordshire.
Sheffield. In Sheffield.
Staffordshire,
call,
famously in the north.
Right,
They
is
call-
it north of St Albans? Yes.
They call
Ergo,
bread rolls.
it's the north.
Don't you
They
mean
call
north of
bread
Watford?
rolls balm cakes. What's that about?
Palm
Barnes?
cake.
Balm
pots.
cakes.
Cakes round the back.
What? That's not right.
There's only one way. There's only one way to beat those cakes.
It's only one way to eat
It's
them.
round the back. What the fuck? My chocolate ring donut's got icing on it.
With chocolate ring.
Sprinkles.
calls me to Brightwood.
You got sprinkles on
I've
your
got a
ring.
faction board here.
Thick
I'll be
sprinkles.
gutted I'll miss next week's intellectual chat,
Judy
but
calls me to Brightwood.
So
Right.
we'll save up.
You
some,
can tune in on the
some
stream.
more-
You can
Yeah,
tune
I
in on
can
the
save
stream.
up.
recommend.
We will talk
Dan,
about you and
I can recommend
make sure you
having a look
stream it.
round Haddon Hall, and don't forget to go to the farm shop at.
Farm shop?
Oh my,
Dixville.
yeah.
Clarkson's.
Hang on a second.
Sorry,
No.
say again.
You
Go
can buy
where?
some food that you won't eat.
Did you say Aden Hall?
For
Haddon
50
Hall.
quid.
Haddon
Haddon Hall.
Well, obviously Chatsworth.
Yeah,
you should
for
definitely
50
go to
quid.
Chatsworth because it's just this.
Your
couple of
good
miles
lady
away.
wife, Dan. You could ask her what her favourite American Civil War battle is, and then you could bring
Ask
her
her
on the
if she-
stream, and we could discuss it.
Yeah,
Hang
get
on,
to
hang
post
on,
it in
hang
chat.
To Ulysses S. Grant or
I
not.
can pretty much guarantee what her answer will be.
Is it going to be Gettysburg?
She'll probably shoot herself in the foot. In,
And if, and
No,
if
no, she
not,
shoots
why
other
not?
people in the foot. She doesn't shoot herself in the foot.
With a musket.
Right,
Is it
sorry.
Gettysburg?
Landy, say again, because I'm writing them
goes-
down.
You have to go to Chatsworth. Okay.
Hang on. So,
Haddon
what was the other one?
Hall.
Haddon Hall.
Haddon Hall.
Chatsworth House.
Haddon Hall. Yeah, Chatsworth House. Yeah. It's right by Bakewell.
Ask for a
Chatsworth
pudding.
House. Yeah, what was the other one? Or was it just the two?
I'm trying to remember the name of. So if you're walking, there's also a hill which is one for climbing. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Climbing
give
hill.
me 2 secs. Climby Hill. Climby Fisher.
Steep hill.
You'll come back to me. I'll ping it to you.
Pudding.
if I remember.
Pudding Hill.
Okay. Yeah, we're doing two. We were doing 2 walks, and then the other times just going around the villages and stuff. So
They
I
pushed
will-
the ring
Darrowby,
button.
Darrowby Village is what you want. Mysterious.
So Matlock's worth a look.
Yeah, I was already going to the Matlock.
Matlock.
Isn't that like a US cop show?
No,
Yes,
no,
it
he
was.
wasn't. He was an attorney.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
famously the favourite TV show of Grandpa Simpson. Matlock!
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
my
might,
auto run's back working.
Oh,
The
thank goodness for
autobahn.
that. Jesus, I was worried.
Alright.
What's happened to this server downtime?
Right.
Yeah, Bill.
I might see you in a week.
You might see.
You'll be barred.
You're barred for a week.
Right. Oh, I've got
Right,
something put
laters.
up here.
Yes.
Yeah, mate.
Good morning,
Have a good time.
Dickowick.
Shall we try and clear some of these more portals? More portals? Some more of these
Amazon.
portals.
Okay, I need to clear some inventory space first, but yeah.
Inventory. Yeah, I need to open.
Dale. Who's Dale?
Good game, good game.
You've been hardcore hitting it, Harry.
Hit it.
What, the pudding?
Jesus, Bill.
I know. We're talking about someone else
Just,
here.
I mean, it's just noise.
What's your
Just
what's
noise
your
at this
what's
point.
your carrying capacity?
What's your
big-
what's your
What's your carrying capacity?
what's your? I guess you don't. I guess
Can
you
you carry
Oosa.
10 rings?
10 rings.
Charlie Chan.
Charlie fucking Chan. I think you're fine.
Right.
Yes.
Can
I help you?
Have some stuff down the southeast where my green marker is
Sand
to
people.
do.
Like I said, I am just clearing some inventory.
And fast travel from here to the Alchemist's Shrine.
Where's
Never heard.
the alchemist shrine? Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah,
I can
okay,
do
fine. We can
these.
go and do that.
That is
There goes our
hilarious.
Oh, no, connection
Ah.
out.
That's hilarious. I just said
I've
on
been chucked out.
Gongobu, who's going down, and Woody came back and said we were supposed to, LOL, and then it immediately disconnected. That's quite
They
funny.
got us. They got us. Boys, we're dead.
Lulled us.
They fucked us in the
Into a-
mincer,
Full sense of.
dick.
What else we got? Everybody on 2042, right, Harry?
Ah yeah. Let's go and check.
It's
See
3
and
hours
say,
of downtime, isn't it?
No.
3 hours?
Yeah, 3
That's what
hours.
I think it'll be
someone
over in
was
3
saying that.
minutes.
I don't know why they need 3 hours to implement dick.
Well, I guess that's it for the stream then.
Well, why do you...
Unless everybody just wants to hang out with the
Why don't
DBC.
we? Why? Well, they might do.
Just chatting.
Do you want to?
Us chatting. Yeah, let's get in our hot tubs, boys, and get our dingles out.
Do you,
Why are you saying? Sorry, hang on a second, Deborah. Why are you saying? Why are you saying dingle?
Dingle? Well,
Yeah.
because it's,
Dingleberry.
you know, it's an Emmerdale Farm thing, isn't it? Like up north.
what?
Is it? It's more like
That's what I
a
heard. That's what I
more like-
heard.
like Bob from Blackadder.
Dingle?
Well,
I never heard him
Yeah,
say
it's-
dingle.
He didn't have a dingle.
Yes.
why don't we? Why don't we read some dead quickly?
And then Sir Thomas More pointed
Red
out that a
Dead.
boy without a dingle is a girl.
I need to check if I've still got it installed. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if I
I need to
installed
check. I need to check that I don't want to log out rather than just trying to do a quick red dead because it's not good to.
What the dick?
it. Log out.
What the shit?
Sphincter says what?
Right. I'm going to end this stream anyway.
We can't stream anymore. Sorry, folks. It's all Tarzan's fault.
There's no one on the stream.
Is there any viewers?
It's not all about the live viewers. Sometimes they will come.
I haven't posted my recipe yet, Tars.
You better do that then.
Quick.
I think these are all bots looking at the names.
Who are the bots? Why bots? When bots?
I can hear my jingle.
Self-think.
Who's Stella?
Haven't.
Who's
Stella?
I'm gonna throw in there one of these. Oh yeah.
Throw in there? Are you going to throw in there one of these?
I'm gonna see if I can get Beale to ban me again.
Oh, I did change that after last time. You should be able to type. Try see if you can type in capitals now.
I went. This is what I did last time.
Rock Frog is a menace.
Yeah.
I got banned for doing that
Fixed
last
it.
time.
I thought I'd done it last time, but clearly not.
There we go. I can say Dick as well.
You got a special dispensation. Can you say dingle?
Access all areas.
That's what you said.
Access the dingle.
He was reclining in his hot tub. Capitale.
Have you got an RGB microphone, Bill?
RGB? What do you mean an RGB?
Yes. He's got an RGB microphone. Look at that.
Makes it go faster.
It's to indicate that it's live.
Now, what colour does it go when it's not live?
The light just turns off.
Oh, that's a bit
Is
flat.
it adjustable? Does it only have two colours?
There's
Black
the
and not black.
there's the better version of this that actually has full
Real people
LED capability. This is just on and off.
The old big old massive F.
Get you some LED
Edited.
LED lighting strips.
Could you
Yeah.
could you
Get a little
like
crown around your head like Jesus.
could you like make a macro, program it so that it flashes in time with your voice?
Beale's touching the nipple.
Yeah, no, the muting's quite cool actually.
Yeah, it's just. Might need to get another arm for it.
What? So you got like multiple arms like Carly?
Oh, I got one before, but it broke.
What were you doing with that?
It was a cheap and nasty.
Were you like angling it in somewhere you shouldn't have been angling it?
No, the bracket that was attached to the table broke.
Yeah, yeah. I came home from work and Pab was tied to the arm.
Have you considered getting like an armature that extends from your headphones out in front of you?
Oh yeah, like a stick with a carrot on the end.
Something I just put around my head, yeah? It's like,
Yeah.
it's actually, yeah.
A big armature, and actually you could mount the monitor on it slightly further away.
The
You'd have the
microphone will sort of be in
strongest
the.
neck known to man.
Yeah, it'd be like Formula One training.
Like Ran Man from Masters of the Universe.
Man.
Yeah. Don't remember him?
So I've got to mute the stream. Doubling up.
My battery storage facility defeated me.
Oh, I don't remember Ran Man. I remember
Ram Man?
Man at Arms. I
Ram
remember some
Man?
of the villains.
Not set
Jesus
the
Christ, what kind of fool are you?
not set the chat box up properly.
Ramen. Is that like one of them soupy Japanese dishes?
Jesus, don't let's go down this route again.
I remember Ram Man.
you-
He's
You'll
isn't
set
he
me
the
off.
isn't he
Right.
like the squat one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
With
is
no
it-
neck.
Everyone knew someone that
No neck.
yeah,
like
some
Gladstone Small.
looks like Ram Man. The old Spanish dickler.
Google Gladstone Small, folks on the stream.
It's very annoying.
Oh!
It's very annoying that they suddenly decided to
It's not a good time for
upset our
maintenance,
evening.
but yeah, but they had a serious issue, so they did need to do that.
Are they doing it at a different time because it's a US server?
No,
I think
Are
it's
they
'cause
doing it
it's
all
a
at the same
arrangement.
time?
Well, they had the economy completely shut down, so it's just super urgent.
Yeah. And I think they've said they're going to permaban. I
Beal.
think that was in that forum post that I linked
Streaming
earlier.
bollocks.
They're going to
Yeah.
permaban and
Anyone
remove stuff from
with
the
any
economy.
kind of combination of eBay or Amazon in the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or dick.
Yeah.
Where's the
Yeah.
rest? Where's the recipe?
Oh right. Okay. Which one do you want?
Hey, which one can you grace us with?
Harry's
Oh, well.
taters.
Oh, well, you want my David special Pax's special potatoes?
The Hobbit second
Listen,
breakfast. Is that what you
I
call
tried
it?
to help. I tried to help you. But yes, David.
Thank you. Take some chorizo.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Chorizo. Chorizo.
Do you know why PAX is called PAX, everyone? I think we need to touch on this.
Why is Pax called Pax?
Okay. The link is in chat.
No, there's no links in chat.
There is.
It's not,
Oh my god, my fucking link has been peeled.
You
I didn't
can't
see
be
it.
trusted to post links.
Only links on the white list, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Otherwise, they get
It's in Discord now.
all sorts of
Yeah.
links on there.
Yeah? What, from all your other viewers posting shit links on there?
No, from all those bots.
See if
Well, I'll
it's
put it
working.
in Discord now. Put it in Discord.
I'll see if I can take care of this for everybody.
Quality debates and absolute bollocks. Well, like 50% of that's true.
Which one? The debates.
I feel attacked.
System. The PAX system.
Pax is in the system.
It says here that PAX is organised. He's unhinged. He's got knobs. And
And you can acquire him online or in store.
yeah. They're working hard to increase availability, apparently.
Hang on a second. Let's review the Pax's special potatoes. Patatas bravas.
Not patatas bravas, but I do like patatas bravas.
Chop up
This is
some
Pax's.
potatoes into roughly 2 centimetre slices.
2
Parboil.
centimeters.
What's parboil?
It's like boiling, but you only do it for a little bit.
But you do it with the par.
So part boil, yeah? Is that like a slang for part boil?
No, it means parboil.
When you say cook off chorizo, does that mean like cooking
off.
but with
Cook
off?
off.
Cook
You
off.
got to cook it
off
with
some
some.
chorizo. You gotta get some
Yeah.
chorizo and cook it off.
So the
Yeah,
fat
render out
renders
that
out.
You got to render those fats.
Render that fat.
I've got PAX doors without hinges.
I'll fucking unhinge your door.
Stick the potatoes back in.
That's what it says
Plus
here.
some
Look,
garlic,
fucking,
like
you-
a whole bulb.
Yeah, like a whole bulb. Yeah.
Was it 60
This
watt?
is-
40
This is a bit
watt?
casual.
100 watt?
It's a. We call it a meat. I'm not going to say.
Seasoning, etc., and a bit of butter.
I'm not even. I
now
would
and
say
then.
that on stream. Not even. I would
This
say
is
that.
getting very imprecise as you go
Takes
further.
about
on.
20
It's like-
minutes.
it's a bit like
What
Keith
takes
Floyd, it's
about
like
20
You've
minutes?
been necking a bottle of red wine.
I mean, like
And you're basically
Floyd,
you finish up
Floyd
you
and
say
Pax.
boom.
Floyd and
As you-
Pax.
as you
It's
get
basically
there,
just like,
You
you know.
slosh the rest of the glass around.
get in there, Clive.
Just get in close. Let's put some more wine in there.
I don't measure anything. Mark one eyeball all the way.
That's the only way.
2 minutes before the end stick. Oh, before 2 minutes before the end, stick some rosemary in.
Yeah,
Boom.
it's not Pritt stick.
Dick stick.
No, no one said that. No into Dingle Stick either.
Dingle stick.
You heard. Vanguard.
Isengard?
Fires of Vanguard.
Vanguard. What's Vanguard?
Yeah.
Vanguard's the new Call of Duty.
Oh,
Call like Jote.
Stuff for nonsense. Stuff for nonsense.
2019 meta.
It's going to be the new
It's going to be the new what?
source
new World
code for Warzone.
Is it
Yeah,
more
they've updated the engine, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah, December 3rd, I think it's coming out, Pacific.
Oh, Morse code.
So we had this question before about who developed it. So called Vanguard.
We think wardrobes should fit your room like a custom suit.
That's right. It was Sledgehammer that did Vanguard.
Facts. Doors without hinges.
Sledgehammer.
Yes, Peter Gabriel developed Call of Duty Vanguard.
I mean, you definitely picked the wrong packs there, Rocky.
That's the packs I wanted to go with on stream.
Let's go with that one.
Get the most out of your flour.
Without the byproducts of smoke.
Yeah.
Are you 21 or older?
No.
Older? Is that like AULD?
Oldie.
There's something here called depth packs. What is pack size?
So what would you
Talking about?
usually cook with those potatoes then, Pax?
Oh, anything you like.
More potatoes? Chips?
Chicken goes well with chorizo, so that would be any kind of chicken dish you go well.
Any. I mean, I do
Spanish
that,
chicken.
That would be my standard steak accompaniment. But yeah, like anything really.
Paella.
What is pack size?
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Now we be rolling.
Is Pax bad for lungs? Don't get Pax in your lungs. Don't inhale. Be like Clinton. Don't inhale.
Don't inhale. Have you seen that impeachment? Any of that impeachment on
I've seen
iPlayer?
the ads. I've seen the ads for it. I don't intend to watch any of it.
It's all right. It's all right. It tells you the other side of the story that you may or may not know or care about.
Sorry, whose side of the story?
So it's that. What's her name? Linda Tripp. Basically, the woman who is the reason that it all comes out. Basically, it's her story and how much of a mardy bitch she is.
Linda Tripp. That doesn't ring any bells
Tripp?
at all.
Is it Linda Tripp? Linda something.
But
Sadi.
Linda doesn't ring any bells either.
So she worked in the White House for previous administrations. Was a raging Republican. Hates Clinton when he comes in. Is aware of Clinton being Clinton and being a bit of a sex pest. And then she gets moved out of the White House to the Pentagon. So she's got a massive chip on her shoulder. And then Lewinsky turns up, having been moved out of the White House because Clinton maybe is being a bit too much Clinton, and she befriends her. So it's basically the story of then how she's got this axe to grind massively, and eventually gets to the point where she tricks Monica into revealing all these details so that she can then write a book and go public with it and blah blah blah.
Who is Sarah Pennypacker?
What's this? It's on Netflix.
No, it's on iPlayer.
Who is Sarah Pennypacker?
No one
And
knows.
and how come Pax was only a cub?
What are you talking about?
Look at Discord.
I am looking at Discord, but you just make no sense.
No, look on Discord. I'm not
Pax the
making this shit up.
SoundCloud.
So for the benefit of those on the stream, you probably need to share Discord briefly.
Who's Sarah Pennypacker?
It doesn't matter. Pax needs to answer these questions.
Doesn't really matter.
Isn't
Pax
You
was
do.
only a
What?
cub.
What is Pax
Apparently.
hiding?
Pax
What
was
is
only
the-
a cub.
What is the Ursine Pax hiding?
He's a Ursine.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's a bear. He's wearing a
That's
cub.
what I say. Hang on, Pax the board game.
He's Pax is chasing Tarzan up trees.
It's the board game.
Pax the board game.
There we go. It's a game about Rome as well.
Oh well, there you go.
Pax is chasing.
Like, yeah. Pax Romana.
And of course, for the tranny
Romana from
cross
Space
dressers,
1999.
for the tranny
No, it's the
cross
it's that
dressers, you've
new
got Pax International.
it's that new wider base they do at Pizza Express.
It sounds a bit Italian, basically.
Let's
So,
call it Romana.
the whole justification sounds a bit Italian, doesn't it?
Fuck that shit. Do you know what I do when I go to Pizza Express? I order
Do you
the
do? What do
new
you do?
flavors on the classic base because they can get to fuck with that Romana base.
Hang on a minute. Fucking Beale has got together with Pax in some kind of gold scheme. Look at that, Pax Gold.
Can't talk about that. Can't go into any details about gold selling, but Tarzan's been getting involved in gold selling.
That's
That's
my
what I'm saying.
new it's my new non-fungible token. Pax Gold.
Fun you get antibiotics for that, mate.
That's not what an NFT is.
Pax
It's
in
just-
Latin is peace.
Thanks, Bill.
Yes.
Oh,
Thanks.
Jesus Christ.
thanks, Bill.
How long have
The power of
you known
power
me
of
now?
Google. The power of Google.
How many years is it?
No, hang on a minute. What's going on here? No, don't
Too many.
don't come at me.
Tarzan was also a
Pax
character
Revelry.
who lived in the jungle.
Really? I never knew that.
Hang on a
Education.
minute. Hang on, no, seriously.
Pax in
hang on a minute.
1994 was a Portuguese comedy, apparently.
What? And he escaped from the underground.
Here we go. Pax
Yeah.
novel by Sarah Pennypacker.
Maximum Security Stockade.
Sarah. There we go.
What?
It was a novel by Sarah
Pax-
Pennypacker.
So,
Pax is a novel.
Yeah.
Pax, hang on. Pax Evolution.
Founded in 1959.
Pax is
Yeah.
publicly traded.
Is it? Is it
You can-
cryptocurrency?
You can buy and sell Pax on the London Stock Exchange.
Hey, not just the London Stock Exchange.
I found Pax's entry on the Wikipedia.
You found
The
his entry.
Wikipedia.
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 Here.
I'm an astronomical object located in the
danger.
expansion region and the trailing sector region.
Hang on a minute. This sounds wrong.
What?
I'm
What
not.
sounds wrong?
I'm not going to read this one out. We'll just leave this one for Discord.
Hang on. Jesus Christ, it's small. I can't read it.
No, now it's there. Pax Lodge.
Pax Lodge, reopening in early 2022.
World
Pax.
Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. Pax, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Pax accommodates the Girl Guides.
Oh yeah,
Really?
it's like
That's the wrong answer.
it's like Matthew McConaughey from Dazed and Confused. I get older and they stay the same age.
It's funny you say that.
It's not. It's alarming.
There you go. Because look, there's the Pax High School Exchange Program.
Yep. I swap schools.
The
for one
Michelin
another,
PAX system.
physically.
An automotive run flat tyre. There's a PAX Spider.
He's all arms.
I had no idea PAX is into so much crazy shit.
Yeah.
There's a PAX
There's
event.
the
A gamer festival.
there's the PAX locking system, which is made out of titanium alloy plating.
Has it got interchangeable screws though?
Mm.
PAX 2011 film. Norwegian Swedish film.
Could have a bit of Scandi indie film action.
An engine of a Boeing 737 explodes midway during a flight from Stockholm, Sweden to Oslo.
No,
Many
'cause
on
it's
board
PAX
thought the end
chairs.
was near, but for some it was just the beginning. During the flight, we follow 7 people and 1 heart. What? On its way from one person to the other. All 7 people have something that they're fleeing from. But when the heavy airplane body falls to the ground, they imagine their lives in a secondary perspective. What the?
Oh my
Is it
god!
like Donnie Darko, but makes less sense?
So thanks for reading that out. I feel like not only have I seen the film, but I'm already bored of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is that a bit like Donnie Darko then?
Oh, Donnie Darko's a good film.
No, it's not.
I'd say I'm bored of it.
Mark down your.
It's one of those films that
It
annoyed
says the
me.
film
Not
stars
because
many.
of the film, but because of people watching the film, then trying to explain it.
It says the
I've
film
got an artist
stars.
profile for PAX here. If you don't know PAX, you better get to know.
Oh yeah.
It says here the film stars many well-known Norwegian actors, but was not well received by critics and was considered a flop.
I've never flopped ever. It's a lie.
Paxi flopped 2011.
Don't believe it.
It's official. It's in Wikipedia.
Hashtag fake
Must
flop.
be- it must be true. It's in
It must, have
Wikipedia.
been
Jesus
a,
Christ.
it must have been a tactical flop to extricate myself from a situation that I didn't
Tactical
want to
flop.
be in.
Yes, it was a contractual obligation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
that's
one,
right.
Never,
one for
it's
you,
never
one
done
for
that
them.
before. We can try again in 20 minutes. There's the PAX protection of civilians.
Don't believe that.
There's a guy who I worked with. Oh, I've nearly named him then.
Oh yeah,
not,
him.
Not dox him. And,
One who should not be named.
One who
Hang
should not
on
be
a
named.
minute. What's
And,
going on next year?
Hang on, no, you can't do this. They have to have a code name.
Okay, let's call him.
Treebeard.
Okay. Treebeard it is.
Treebeard. Yeah, we'll go with Treebeard. And also at the same company there was a notorious floozy who.
What do we call her?
Mrs. Treebeard.
It's Mrs. Treebeard. I don't know.
Oh, she can't be Mrs. Treebeard unless she's actually married
Well,
to
she
Treebeard.
definitely wasn't.
Call her,
Mrs.
we'll
Treebeard.
call her Goldwine.
Goldberry.
Goldberry.
Sorry, same thing. Same thing.
And they were at the CRN Awards, and I think still to this day he thinks nobody knows what happened, but the reality is literally everybody.
Yeah, sorry, I know
knows.
about that.
Yeah,
No, I don't know about that.
and they ended up back in, I don't know if it's his room or her room, but they ended up back in a room, and he flopped much like Pax doesn't, and so
Do they call
apologised-
him Old Man Willow now?
apologized profusely, and then some hours later, Treebeard woke up our good lady Goldberry and was like, "Oh, look, I'm ready to go now."
We're all primed and pumped. And she was like, "Who are you?"
I
The
am
branch-
rampant.
The branch is ready for action.
Max, what are you doing next year in 2022?
Next year.
Yeah,
Next year.
2022.
We can't date ourselves with these time references.
I'm
We
asking
need to be
because
timeless.
it's being advertised. Look,
I'm.
Discord.
I don't know. I'm
Moot.
moot.
PAX Moot
Ooh.
2022.
Ooh.
Oh, it's funny. Funny you should mention that because I'm getting Treebeard back. Getting Getting the gang back together.
You're recruiting Treebeard.
Yeah. The
Oh,
Pax
dear.
members.
Storm Isengard.
Hang on a minute. So you're saying if you're going to get Treebeard and head up Goldberry, you might need the package packs, the Pax project.
We believe in maximum effect.
We don't.
Don't know. Let's do a
It's a-
poll.
It's a
See
bit
who
of a
believes.
disappointment.
Yeah. How many people on the stream believe in maximum effect?
Vote now.
There's no one on the stream.
Yeah, there is.
There will be though.
God, there's more people here than was.
Yeah, exactly. They've come for the high quality,
Just don't game, yeah.
the high quality PAX related content.
Once the chat really kicks in, that's when you get the views.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. What's going on in Paris, Pax?
We don't hold truck with
No. There's the Hotel Pax Opera in Paris.
That's moot.
Pax mode. Bill's lagging 2 minutes behind the conversation.
I
Did you
find
know-
the link?
Do you know PAX is Latin for peace?
I didn't know that.
I can't believe you haven't referenced the PAX series of conventions at all yet. Get on it.
Convention, they comic book conventions.
No, it's related to Penny Arcade. A whole series of.
Penny
Yeah,
Arcade.
no, I've avoided them. Hang on a minute. There's the FBI raiding Chinese pizza ship terminal makers. Pax.
You can't talk about that.
Huh?
It's under NDA still.
the piece of shit terminal.
It's not point of sale. That's piece of shit. Piece of shit terminal.
Racial.
Jesus Christ. Bill, restrain yourself.
What?
Bots are with us now. You can't hide. This is being recorded for posterity.
Yeah, this is gonna go down on Jeff Bezos's dick.
What? Like you?
What?
You heard.
Hang on a minute.
It's live noises from Rocky's
Exactly.
house.
From the
Live from
upgrades.
California.
Pax has got some live hackers.
Hmm?
Live hackers.
Life hackers.
Oh.
Life hackers.
Yeah,
What, tree
live-
bid.
live-
Tree bid.
live
Tree
pro-
bid.
back to IKEA, the Pax archives.
Live pro tips.
So tell us more about tree bid.
Any other work stories? Suitably anonymised?
So, yeah. Well, I'm sure plenty, but you know,
What happens on tour stays on tour, yeah.
exactly.
Hence, don't tell.
Is the upgrade finished yet?
I could tell you my Moscow story. That's a good story.
Right.
Moscow or Moscock?
Moscow
Moscow.
rules, go.
It's about a colleague called Dis Krillworth.
Dis-
is that
Dis
real name?
Krillworth, okay. Right,
Dis
no.
Krillworth.
Dis Krillworth, like, yeah, I'm with you now.
Okay. So
I went to.
let's call him Chris. Just for
well,
short.
we could do
Just
that. yeah, we
freeze.
could do- we could do
Just make it easy, but
just make it
it's not-
easy. Yeah.
Driss is his real name.
Driss,
Yeah.
like Idris Elba, but
yeah.
from
But,
Leeds.
but smaller and rounder.
Yeah, around it. And we went to Moscow to see a customer,
Moscow.
and it was a really interesting visit for lots of reasons. So I got to go to Red Square. That's cool. Went
Yep.
to Gorky Park. That's also really cool.
And you were inculcated with the
And we went
tenets
to
of.
Moscow to see a customer.
Pax will have
So-
loved that shit.
I did love that shit. It was great.
Him, like,
yeah.
flexing his inner socialist.
They had loads of T-34s. They actually had a
Dave.
real life Katusha as well. That was
Mm.
super cool. Like seeing that.
Rah Rasputin.
It told us loads about like basically random Russian culture stuff. We had
I'd like to put you up on that.
we had a business meeting all day in which pretty much after the first hour they brought the vodka out. So we were just drinking vodka.
It was 9:30.
Yeah, it was about half
in
nine.
the, in the
They were-
morning.
They bring about 9:30 in the morning. They brought the vodka out. and then we went and had some food afterwards, and it was in a Soviet fireman themed restaurant, which is
As you do.
What?
as you do. Yeah, exactly. It's very,
Well, but they
Ooh.
basically like dying from radiation poisoning or something.
No, we were fucking smashed at this point. And then we ended up back in
Hotel.
our hotel, and it's one of these like an international business hotel type
Sex hotel.
scenario. So there was
Same
like some kind of nightclub affair downstairs, and we were drinking away as you do at the tables.
What time
and,
is it now?
I need to work. I need to work.
11
I need to,
o'clock,
I need to work
11 a.m.
backwards. The story finishes at 6 in the morning, and I can work backwards from there. Our protagonist Driss has disappeared, and me and the MD were like, "Oh, Driss has been gone for a little while," but he's like some of his stuff, so his fags, I don't know, whatever, his wallet.
Wait, he had
maybe.
he had an entourage.
They were just on the table, and we were like, "Oh, it's like it's a bit weird." And he'd been gone for a good 20 minutes or whatever it was. So went and had a quick scout round in the lobby. He's not in the bar, not in the toilet, and it's like, "Oh, maybe Sasha, you wait here. Maybe he's gone up to the room because we've been drinking a long day." So, and there's an important point here, which is it's one of those
It's
like
noon at this stage, yeah.
it's like one of those Las Vegas style hotels where you can't actually get to the lift unless you show the security your room key, right? So,
Yeah.
So you show them your room key, and the lifts make this big ping noise as the doors open. So I go up to the room, do the old key card on the door, flashes green, but the door won't open. And
No.
I applied
There's an error.
I applied my impressive
Your
logical powers,
Your bulk.
and I deduced in a Columbo-esque fashion
There
that
might be
if
there might be a chair up against the door.
well,
maybe.
if the thing's going green and the door doesn't open, it must mean someone has locked it from the inside. You see, I told you it was impressive deduction, right? So I did a bit of a
Jessica
Driss,
Fletcher.
are you in there? Are you in there? And I hear this yeah, Pax. Oh, it'll just be a minute. And then also I hear some accompanying type noises. So I was like, okay, all right, mate, you finish
Not
up.
one hour.
Crack on.
And I'll see you in a minute. So I'm back down. Ping. The door's open, and I go sit back down with Sasha, the MD of this company. Tell him obviously what our hero is up to, and he starts telling me how about in Russia, it's not that bad, right? Culturally, it's almost like you've gone to the strippers over here. Like your missus probably not going to be impressed, but she's not going to cut your cock off, right? Or what she might. Depends on your missus, right? But
It's going to fall off anyway, so it doesn't
it's
matter.
going to fall off anyway, right? So Chris comes, or Driss comes.
Oh,
Whoop,
hang on a second.
whoop. He comes back down. Big old ding as he comes back down and the door's open. Big old Cheshire grin, smile, Cheshire cat grin, smile. On his face.
Hello.
And he's and we're like, all right, good time. And he's obviously, I don't know what you're talking about, denying all knowledge. So anyway, we get some more drinks, and then after another little while, he disappears again. And the reason that I can do this is it's basically an hour. It's an hour at a time. So you can end up working backwards here. So I don't know what time it is. It's about 4 in the morning now at this point. I think he's been a couple of times by now. And Sasha's like, right, well, it's 4 in the morning. I'm gonna drive home, which cool, whatever. Been drinking all day. And he's like, you can come back to my house if you like. I've got a spare room. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. But you're all good. I can't impose. It'll be done in a minute. And this is his 3rd or 4th time. So I'm sure it'll be fine. So Sasha chips off. And then in what can only be described in one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, I decided I'm going to go and talk to the whores. So I did. So I went and sat down next to a couple of them.
In the zone.
In the zone, and one of them started stroking my leg in the way that I imagine they do, and she leans over and says,
Don't need to imagine.
"You want make fuck?" And I was like, no, 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 no.
Sexy.
Why you no want make fuck? And I was like, held up my hand. I was like, oh,
Not
look,
dress.
I'm married. And she does this little shrug and looks to me and is like, no matter. Which was very, very amusing. But I declined her services. And then they told me
Willpower
some
is
more.
legendary.
They told me some more really interesting stuff. So they basically were telling me where they're from in Russia or Ukraine, as it turned out to be the case, and how their pimp is he's actually sat in the security room in the hotel, so he can watch the CCTV and
Good
count
place
the
to
number
be.
of transactions, bloody bloody blah, etc. etc. So that conversation, I don't know, carried on for half an hour, whatever it was. Ping! Down comes Driss, and I was like, cool, right. He's like, I'm gonna get another drink, Pax. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm going to bed. See you later. So I chipped off up to my room, and got myself settled, and as you may or may
Hang
not,
on, were you sharing or did you have a suite?
yeah, we're sharing a room.
Okay.
And as you may or may not know, I'm pretty fucking blind. So when I take my contacts out, can't see an awful lot beyond like a meter.
Why has my bed been slept in?
No, my bed hadn't been slept in actually, but
Did
it's
you
it's
deliberately pop the contacts out before you stepped into the room just to make it more
yeah,
exciting?
just to make sure. It's a
Yeah.
twin room, and my bed is the one that's closest to the door, and our heroes is the one that's closest to the window. So I'm getting myself settled, and I'm at kind of that. You've been drinking a long time, so you are going to black out, but also it's late now. It's
Oh,
like
no, I
5 in
can
the
see where
morning
this
or
is
whatever.
going.
So you're
Oh,
kind of pushing through. So I'm getting there, nearly
Everybody's pushing through
asleep.
at this point.
There's going to be some pushing through in a minute.
And then I hear the bedroom door open, the bedroom door close, the bathroom door open, and the bathroom door close, and then I hear, and I was like, look, I'm a man of the world, right? I'll
You're
went
not.
to
You're a man of
university.
Basingstoke.
It's, we've all been
Basingstoke.
Basingstoke. We've all been places, seen things happen. It's like fine, whatever. But then I also had this sort of nagging thing in my head. It's like, do I really hear that? I don't know, because I've got my eyes closed. So in what can only be described as the second best decision of my life,
You decided to go and what?
I decided to go and
Confirm?
check in the bathroom. And
Oh no!
and the sight that greeted me was our friend Driss, in a state that can only be described as ready for
state?
action. So I told him to,
On his own?
No, his and by the way, he picked the same companion every time. So like
Clearly-
6 or
clearly
7
liked
times
her.
or whatever it was.
She was
the
milking
same.
it.
Literally was milking.
Did she have her own route up to the room, or was
No,
she just
no, because they're the only
Just
people.
personal lift.
Because they're paying off the security, right? So they're the only people who are allowed access to the hotel who aren't guests. So I told him in no uncertain terms just to do what he needed to do and then boot her out because it's bedtime now and I need to get some fucking sleep. And then so I then went back to bed and was like, "Oh fuck it, he can do what he likes." And then it's approaching dawn by this point, and so the bathroom door opens, and these 2 sets of people run round the end of my bed, and obviously get in the bed next to me, and the sun is coming up, so you've got that sort of dawn light seeping in scenario, and you can't see the actions now. I risked a glance over, and I just saw this head bobbing up in a motion which I'm sure would be
bobbing up and
familiar.
down motion?
Yeah, in a bobbing up and down motion type way. And at this point, I really lost my temper, and I got very angry, and I threw whatever I could grab hold of in close proximity to me at them,
Bottle of
and
vodka.
and yeah, like literally anything I could find. I was really pissed off at this point because I wanted to get some sleep, and then I just grabbed whatever clothes I could find, put them back on, and went back downstairs. Ping! And the lift doors open, and all the whores started laughing because they've obviously seen me go
Yeah, know exactly what's
up to
going on.
bed,
Yeah.
and then they've seen our hero go up, and then me come back down again. And then do you know what they did? They did one of the nicest things anyone could have done in that scenario. They made me a little bed on the sofa next to them. They got some blankets and some pillows.
Do they
We'll
charge you for
hold
that?
your wallet, don't worry.
Little glass of
Yeah,
water.
they stole all your money. Yeah.
Little glass of water, and I lay down, and they were stroking my head as I lay in this Russian,
Hang on,
I
this
bet they-
Russian
What?
hotel,
I
this
bet they
Russian
were.
hotel
Yeah.
lobby,
And they gave you a special rate.
and
This-
and you know, so the reason that I can work all this backwards is because they have to be out of the hotel at 6, because that's when breakfast starts, and they have to be.
They're not allowed to be there for
They're
breakfast.
not allowed. You're not allowed to be there when
The wives come
other-
down.
the wives come down, families start coming down. So then I went back upstairs, and Driss was, I mean, very, very pleased with himself.
Was he spent?
And that is
Was he up for more?
well,
Surprised he was
I
awake.
mean, she'd obviously been supplying him with performance enhancers. I think
Doping?
he
Yeah.
said, I think he said it was well over £1,000 that he spent that night. And that is my Moscow story.
Hmm.
The Moscow Mule.
And,
Muling performance enhancers
Yeah.
up and down in the elevator.
True story, yo.
Machine that goes ping.
Ping!
So do they know Treebeard?
No,
Goldberry.
no relation to Treebeard or Wormtongue.
oh.
Good old worm tongue.
is that another city story, is it?
Well, if you want to be famous, you've got to go to bigfollows.com.
Yeah, apparently.
Big follows.
I won't be doing that.
How do you? I don't get any of this shit on my stream. Why do you attract these people?
Because it was
Literally never once.
Well, clearly they
I've
feel that I
got
need
another
help.
bit of quality content I can share if you like. Actually, Rocky knows this story already. Actually, as it goes.
Probably.
It's my claim to fame.
Involved.
It's my
That-
claim
Is
to
this-
fame.
Is it a
Is
long
this involving
story?
someone called Docky?
It's my claim to fame is that I'm the only person in the history of the world
Lucky.
to use the phrase "shit in her cunt" in an interview and be offered the job at the end of it.
Okay. Go.
Technically, I didn't get the job because,
Wait, you just said you were offered it.
well, I was, but then Michael Dell bought EMC and
Oh.
recruitment freeze went across all of the businesses what were involved in that acquisition.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a panel interview, and I'd done really well, hadn't I, Rocky? Done really well
Hmm.
through the whole process. Last
Oh,
interview,
Oh yeah,
and
really well.
I'd smashed it,
100% adequate.
and we got right to the end, and
Strong C. A strong C.
and I can remember his name actually, but the head of pre-sales
Simon
was like,
was-
"You're a prick." It's like, I've only got one more thing to say today. Ask you, Pax. Tell me a joke, and I went totally blank. I couldn't think of a single fucking thing, and then I had that time is racing phenomenon where
Say anything.
say anything, and this little voice in my head went, "I know a joke. I know a
Oh.
joke.
This is a joke. This'll work. This'll
I know a joke."
be distinctive if I say
I
this.
can ace this
Memorable.
interview at this point.
And then it was like, well, fuck it. You roll the dice. You only live once. So I told the joke.
Tell us a joke now, the same way that you told it then.
How do you get a homosexual man to have sex with a lady?
You've already said the punchline.
Yeah. True story, yo.
Good quality for Twitch though, Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
We'll be clipping that one.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. It's a Jimmy Carr joke. If Jimmy Carr can get away with it, then I definitely
Yes.
So, Pax, tell us
Yes.
your thoughts on 2042.
can. I haven't played it yet.
What are your expectations looking at these streams?
The stills that you posted the other night, I was surprised with how cartoony the characters looked.
Yes. So, dead-eyed shark man, rock frog. It's weird actually because the
That's
screenshot
evil.
because HDR is on that I posted that picture of Rocky, and it tends to wash out the detail a little bit. The in motion, so the characters when you're selecting them have their own little kind of signature dialogue and expressions. They're actually really quite lifelike. It's quite impressive. They put some effort into the kind of these little flavor animations, but in the game it's obviously much more abstracted. So I mean, to be honest, you're not supposed to be looking closely at people in the game, right? It's a bit weird, really, because you've got dozens of identical people running around in 128 player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of
server.
the complaints from the beta. It's
Yeah,
difficult to
it's
see
weird.
who is who.
I mean, yes, you can obviously put slightly different camos and stuff on, but I mean, you don't know. Honestly, you don't notice at all. At all. I mean, you can, because they have some distinctive, like wingsuit person has the wingsuit, and kind of Russian bloke who drops the engineering stuff is slightly different in kind of he's a bit bulky and round shouldered. You can probably tell the specialist they are from silhouette, but you'd have to be looking, and you certainly it doesn't look like a lot of identical people. It looks like a lot of people. It looks like a lot of targets or friendlies
Yeah.
running around.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a Battlefield game, isn't it? So you're not doing
Not
like you're
a
basically
Battlefield game.
Yeah.
firing as soon
Battlefield
as you
game.
see a target, right? It's not.
And
It's
engagement ranges are quite long. People,
Yeah.
You
people
don't
knock
get to
folks up.
drink in anyone's glory, no.
No,
It's like
exactly.
literally everyone could be identical, and you
Yeah.
wouldn't have noticed it already.
Yeah. Which if you go back to the other Battlefield games where you've got classes, everyone is one of 4 classes, so
true.
everyone looks like one of 4 character models, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Although, here is the big difference. They were different on each side. No
Yeah,
one
true.
on the friendly side looked like anybody on the opposition side.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they've
that's the
launched the
thing.
game. I'm surprised they've launched the game with so few maps, large maps.
Yeah, so am I.
In the main modes, yeah.
It's quite poor from. I mean, I don't know what they're working on at the moment, but it's
It's weird, isn't it? Because they've
poor.
got a lot of maps in the sense that you've got the 6 extras from Portal, but for the modes they've introduced, you've got relatively few.
And obviously a bunch of them are rehashing the previous games, which I know they can't just lift them directly out. They would have had to have made them.
Well, that's the Portal maps, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's half the maps in the game, I think, if I remember rightly, which are remakes, and they don't feature in the new game modes. They don't feature in campaign, breakthrough, or the other thing I keep forgetting the name of.
Hazard Zone.
That's the one.
I haven't because I haven't played. It's hard to get a sense from streams what the gunplay is like.
It's all right. Getting used to it now.
Guy at work, the one that I got playing New World, we were chatting about the other day. He played the open beta and said it was super squishy. He plays quite a lot of Tarkov, right? So, or has. So I guess.
So you're saying when you say squishy, you're saying what, long time to kill?
No. So that as in the guns just feel
A sponge.
bits. Yeah, like you don't get a good sense that you're actually firing the weapon.
There is supposed to
in
be
your hands
bloom.
all a
There is
bit.
supposed to be bloom in the game that is obviously a bit of a bone of contention for some people at the moment.
Yeah, so people complaining about hit reg, absolutely.
Yeah, and you were saying BJ, weren't you, that the recoils really ramps up?
Yeah, I started to get a bit more of a handle on that. That was a specific thing with the 416 surrogate, but it's particularly bad when you're stuck on the initial version with only the iron sights, because the iron sights are so bad in terms of obscuring your vision when you're ADS that the second you start recoiling, it'll obscure your target, which is fucking awful. So once you've got any of the, so you can work around it once you realise that's going to be the problem. So that's a thing. I'm not quite so anti it, but the big thing is obviously once you stop having to use the iron sights and you get things like the red dots, or
Yeah,
if you're using a a magnifying scope, then you'll probably be working just on a couple of rounds per burst, or even going to single shot.
So the sense, so I didn't really watch you Saturday when you were playing because I had it muted because obviously we were chatting in Discord, right? And so then I was running around doing crafting in New World. But when I was watching you on Friday, Tars, when you did your launch stream, obviously I don't know the maps at all, right? So you've got no real sense of
Location. Yeah.
location. But the general impression I had was there was lots and lots of running around, not even seeing anyone your own team, let alone opposition,
Yeah.
between contacts. It was very, so you don't get the sense of it being 128 players because everything's just so big.
It's weird
So
because it doesn't feel like it's that size. It doesn't feel like when you used to play Battlefield previously in the older versions, and you had even 64 players or up to 128. It always felt like there was always people around, whereas now it's just like
what's that? I think it's
weird.
Battlefield 3. That's the map that's got like it's either a highway or like a railway line down at the bottom, and then it's got that like Middle Eastern village bit, sort of middle top.
End.
Yeah,
that's Battlefield 2, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. They remade it, but yeah, okay.
And you've got, anyway, the point is that villagey bit would be a clusterfuck, right? 9 times out of 10, all of the combat is focused around, I think there were like 2 or 3 cap points. There's one south of the village, one in it, and then one off, like to the eastern side, if you like. And you'd be constantly battling for, if your squad goes down, someone stay alive, because the enemy teams are always pushing in. So you could basically camp that area the whole game and just be rolling it backwards and forwards, right? Obviously, again, don't know the maps, right? I don't get the sense from what I've seen that there's really anything akin to that in the new maps.
There's a lot of open space.
Yeah,
too much.
So I think one of the things here is that we are out, because we haven't really played any Battlefield games for a little while now. We are out of touch with what a Battlefield game is like in terms of just the battlefield as a thing. And I think there's a few things that call it out. And as big as the Call of Duty, as big as Verdansk was, the vehicles were relatively quite few and far between. So you were spending an awful lot of time on foot. So when you were getting into fights with people, it tended to be closer up. So you tended to notice what people were wearing. And to what Landy was saying about there's so many targets and it's all happening so fast that you don't really get to see what they are. I think one of those aspects of that is you're engaging at range just because the milieu is larger. And because it's larger, and because Battlefield, as a franchise going all the way back to the beginning, is so heavily vehicle orientated, not just like Jeeps and the equivalent of, but vehicles full stop. And I think the game designers make it as appealing and compelling a game from a vehicle driver / gunner perspective as they do all the infantry stuff. So if you have people that don't tend to be vehicle people, like we don't tend to be, we're running around on foot. And one of two things is going to happen. If you've not got a vehicle at the beginning, you're going to be having to run somewhere. And if you die and respawn back and the vehicles haven't started respawning, you're going to have to be running back. Or if you've got a more forward flag and you're spawning at that forward flag, well, so is everyone else. And then people are generally speaking running in a, I was jokingly saying in a very Dune kind of way. There's just the mass infantry all running in a straight line from where they've spawned to the place that they're attacking. And whilst that's a lot different to the games we've been playing of late in the last couple of years, thinking back to more so the Battlefield kind of 2, 3, 4 kind of era, they were all like that. They were all like that in a big way. Beal and I were playing one of the Battlefield 3 rushed games, just as you crash landing actually last night. It got a bit frustrating because not that it was a badly done representation of what the game was like, but I was saying to Bill, the gameplay for those kinds of games and that kind of thing, what you do and what is acceptable as a game has changed, and we didn't realize it's changed because we started playing it like this. And I remember at the time not having a problem with that kind of gameplay, not even remotely. Now it feels like you're spawning, you're running forward, fighting until you die, respawning, running forward, and then you're just continuously running headlong at the brick wall, and the brick wall is capturing the next flag, so it unlocks the next tranche of things that you can remember. Rush is in a linear. You have
Yeah,
to.
it's very, and I think so. We had a version of this chat on the Sine Wave channel the other day, and I was saying, my recollection of Rush is that I really enjoyed it. It was a switch up from Conquest, and I liked the rolling progression, and you'd quite often get bits of the map that you didn't get in Conquest. So
Yeah.
there would be the bits that kind of lead into it, if you see what I mean, that would be off the spawn zone at either side or whatever. But one of the comments some of the guys were making was lots of those rush maps, probably especially in 3, as opposed to 4, because I think they improved it a bit in 4. But they're basically 2 lanes, right?
Yeah.
They're all 2-lane maps, and if you're not at A, you're at B, right? And it's not. There were some maps that I remember feeling like, actually, as the defender, you can camp them in spawn, and if they get out of spawn, then they're going to steamroll at you. But on other maps, it would be okay. It's the third set of control points, whatever they're called, the things you got to blow up. If you camp them there, you can literally hold the whole of the team there because they are just natural choke points, right? So I think you're right.
It's funneled meat grinding, and whilst it did seem like a change up at the time, and as I say, I don't remember having a problem with it at all. For the, I don't know what, 20 minutes we played it, Bill, ish, something like that. I left that thinking, fuck me, I never want to play that game mode again. Just what you get out of an FPS game, or how we enjoy an FPS game now, it couldn't be further from that. And it kind of felt extremely dumb and unimaginative, and like there was no variety to it. You were literally running down a relatively thin funnel to the next set of flags, and because you, especially if you were attacking, we were running into oncoming fire like all of the time, and the only way you make any progress is if there are people in front of you. It's a little bit First World War like. The only way you can progress is because the people in front of you get killed, and because they're getting killed, the bad guys can't be shooting at you at the same time. So you manage to get to, I don't know, the wall of a building in front, and then you're across the killing ground and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I give EA their dues that they've kind of, from a nostalgic reason, kind of introduced some stuff from the past, but outside of curiosity level, I don't see there being stuff that we're gonna stick at particularly.
But they switched up. They switched up Rush, didn't they, to the grand operations in 1 and 5? So that's almost like a natural progression of that, isn't it? Where
Yeah, and I thought they
that
were good.
more.
That was almost like Conquest mixed with Rush.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
in a funny
that's what
way.
I mean. Yeah, so you've got that. You've got the bigger maps, and you've got that sense of progression where you've got to hold both points simultaneously to push on to the next.
What was the Second World War
set.
One? I forget. Was it 5?
5. Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah, so that was one of the big things about 5 I really did quite like. There was lots of things about that game I didn't like, but one of the grand operations thing, I thought that was
Yeah.
a really
And that's in
good.
2042 again, right? That mode, is that or not?
Don't
Yeah,
all
well, I haven't played it.
continue.
I haven't played the main mode because everybody in review has been slating it, basically saying, yeah, basically the things that you've been talking about, Harry, is that you pointed out from Tarz's stream earlier, which is that it's too unfocused. There's not enough people around. It's too empty. So we've been playing Breakthrough, which is obviously funneling people towards a couple of points at a time in the
It's the
bigger
Rush
maps.
concept.
It's a Rush concept, but a bit less, single point.
Yeah, it's
so-
bigger. It's definitely bigger. If you like, play lanes that
areas,
you're.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
with
not
so
as,
with regards to the big map style conquest stuff and Hazard Zone as well, what would you like to see them change or bring in?
what's Hazard Zone?
Hazard
That's
Zone's that one where you
the-
have to collect the drives and stuff.
Yeah, the battle royale esque.
As a
But,
donor, I haven't played enough to judge it yet. I've actually
No.
quite enjoyed it the couple of times we played it. It probably still feels a bit empty. The bots are a bit lasery. I've got to be honest.
Yep. I
Um,
agree with that one.
because most of the time, or at least half the time we've been playing on it, it's apparently at night, and their vision is unworldly. So that's a bit daft.
They're a bit bullet spongy as well. So there was a time when we were coming up on the side of those crates when you asked me if you could res me. You came up on the back side of that crate. I mag dumped into the guy that got me and hit him a load of times. Don't know how many times. Hit him a load of times, and he didn't go down. And I remember thinking, "The fuck was that?"
But that's the thing that Tarzan's talking about the questionable bloom as well as the recoil. Those two
Yeah.
things together mean you can absolutely mag dump somebody and they don't go down.
So I don't know. I'm not bent out of shape. It's the very beginning, and I think they probably made some missteps, and I'm sure they'll course correct a bunch of it. I think like any game, like Andy said, when we started playing, just being rusty from playing this kind of game, and it is very different from playing a Call of Duty. So it doesn't feel anywhere near as good as Call of Duty. So the whole kind of like how guns shoot and feel in your hands and recoil and the sense of just the feedback, be it sound, be it visuals, be it like the perception of recoil and stuff like that. Call of Duty is much better at that, much better than that. But it's a smaller scale game in many ways. I know there's a lot of players, and I know the map is quite big. But actually, when you're getting down to the fight, it's probably you and another group, maybe a third group at once. So that you've only ever got like
Be unusual to have more than about 16 of you involved
half a
at
dozen
any
to
one
a dozen
time.
people at any one time. You're fighting in and around buildings, rooms, or something like that. So it's much more immediately interactive, if you see what I mean. Whereas Battlefield is nothing like that. Battlefield is you feel there's no CQB, CQC around it. It feels like you are. There's a degree of separation between what you're doing and
that- That's it for me. So that's precisely the things that I'd complain about is the maps are too open. The stuff which there's no real. It doesn't feel. They don't feel like real spaces. To be honest, there's just basically because there's no indoors. These things are supposed to have. They're supposed to be urban in some way, but anything which is indoors, you can't go into apart from like simple, really simple spaces like garages and really open areas inside which have long sightlines as well. So there's no
close range stuff.
Yeah.
You're constantly uplinking, so there's no room clearing. There's no sense of that CQB action. It's always medium range or longer.
Yeah, I've noticed that in the interiors, they're just very boxy, big rooms,
Yeah.
long corridors, lots of stairs, and yeah, like
Yeah.
you say, there's no
Lots of verticality, open
tactics.
verticality. Yeah. Well, no,
Okay.
Options for tactics in terms of,
And
like you
and,
say, CQB stuff.
yeah.
And
So
I think one of the things there is, again, this is back to the Call of Duty thing. We are spoilt somewhat by the last version of Call of Duty that introduced a big play. Admittedly, it's only one map, but a big play area. Or well, okay, there was a couple of maps, but the bigger of the two was you could go into, let's say, 75 to 80% of the buildings. So obviously there was a bunch of buildings you couldn't get into, but you could go into the majority of them. And whilst there was lots of repetition of buildings, there was variety in the buildings, and the buildings, by and large, did feel like buildings indoors. May not have been lots of furniture around, although there was furniture and furnishings, but where there isn't in this game really. But one of the big differences, and this might be why it was, is you can't destroy buildings and shit in Call of
It's
Duty,
completely
where you
rubbish.
can
Yeah.
where you can in Battlefield, and they might have had to simplify it to
Well,
deal with
yeah, I mean,
the
if you think,
load around doing that.
you think all the Battlefield games you've ever played, how many of them have had furniture in any of the buildings? And then actually, how many of them have had buildings which are even enterable? You know, was it in 4 that with the map where the skyscraper falls down?
It's none really, but
And
the fact is, you can't get away from it, that a lot of people have now, and we are a good example of it, never played Call of Duty games before, really, apart from
yeah,
single
yeah,
campaign
agreed.
things,
Yeah.
but online Call of Duty games. We spent a reasonable amount of time playing it. Tars is still playing it, and we've got used to that now. So then you go to something else that's never had it. Well, okay, but the world has kind of changed shape a little bit.
Yeah.
But it does go back to what I was saying in the beginning. You have vehicles in Call of Duty, but really, it's not a game about vehicles in any way, shape, or form. Whereas Battlefield has vehicles at its core, so it's making the game as vehicle friendly as it is infantry friendly. And that's just that just doesn't tend to be our playstyle. So we're forcing our playstyle, which is mainly infantry, onto a game which is going to be a mixed environment. And there's three things actually, which is going to make that painful. We're going to continuously be getting into situations where we're on foot and we're having to engage vehicles, and we're outmatched, and that is very painful. So that's going to happen. Secondly, the map has to be larger and more open because there's vehicles tooling around. So then we have to deal with that probably on foot. And lastly, because Battlefield have kind of hung their hat on the destructible landscape, which is a good thing. I think they just had to make it simpler, or keep it simple rather, so that it's easy to reform, destroy, break down, without there being, bookshelves being flung all over the place and desk chairs and all the other sundry shit that you get in the other games. So I'm not defending the game because, I had a mixed experience last night. I'm not 100% sure how much I enjoyed myself, but it's like, well, the game, they're not the same game. Call of Duty and Battlefield, they're actually probably now further apart now than they've ever been. So to expect one to behave like the other, I don't think is. You're probably onto
Yeah, I had a couple of
heading to
comments
nothing.
I was gonna. So even if you think back to some of those 3-4 maps, which are, I mean, you're right in all of your comments there, but even some of those maps where you can't go into the buildings or they're very basic, they still had CQB, right? They still had bits of the map that were quite close in, and you was that map where there's the big like radio antenna and there's the whole bit underneath it. Quite difficult to get vehicles in and around there, as I remember. Maybe them little dirt bike things, but you couldn't be rolling in an MBT down there. I think I might be wrong, but the point still stands, right? There were CQB bits of the map.
Yeah, so You could in that one, but
Yeah, I
obviously
might be wrong about that one specifically.
they were more vulnerable because you could get above around, and there was plenty of cover around the spawn point as well. So people could literally spawn in, be straight into cover, and then a tank would be a
Yeah.
sitting duck basically.
I think
The other there. Sorry, I was just going to throw in about previous ones, not 5 and I didn't play 1, so I don't know. But in the earlier Battlefields, it tends to follow a trajectory of map release, where it was open maps first, and then they released more urban ones later. I don't know if they're planning on doing so. I don't know what their map concept is for this. How many more they're going to release? They've obviously done a few, but they've done more release than they usually do. We talk about the lack of variety in the main game modes, and that's true. But the actual number of maps which are actually released at the beginning is higher than usual.
it'll be interesting. So I certainly, and again, I played almost no 1. I did buy it, but I played almost none of it. Played more 5, but well, almost exclusively with you guys. Bit
5 actually worked in
boring.
urban terms, though, didn't it? If you think of
Yeah, it
some of
did,
those maps,
yeah.
there's proper urban sections in those.
Thinking of that French,
Yes.
whatever one in particular.
Ville.
Yeah, Ville, yeah. But in
That
4,
one by the coast as well.
in 4, especially in 4, I put a lot of time into the tank. So my tank stats would be really quite high up, and then me and a Johnny, me and a Jinx, me and a Cavers, whoever it might be, did lots of 2-man tank combos. The classic, one of us is an engineer and is always out the back repairing or hopping out to repair when needed, blah blah blah. And you could, if you got a good run, you could be in a tank potentially for the whole round, but certainly for a big chunk of it, and literally be owning people. And then you need a bit of luck.
Dominating an area of the map
you need a
by
bit of
doing
luck. You need infantry support. You maybe need a good helo or jet pilot to be, keeping their counterparts at bay. Blah blah blah. But that was definitely a thing that I did a lot of with those boys, and didn't do it at all, or very little in 5. Would we be okay? Cool, let's jump in a tank and do that. So it'd be interesting to see whether that's a thing that we can do as a squad or part of a squad. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. How's that going to
You
work?
can actually crew up 3 in a tank in this one, which is not something they've done before. But vehicles feel very dominant in the maps that we've currently got, for sure. All the vehicles, even things as simple as just the Hummer, are just, you can destroy infantry in ways that infantry can't counter. Sorry, the infantry can counter vehicles like that, but there's no way another infantryman can kill infantry the same way a Hummer can. It's like we were doing it last night, like straight in, first night, kill 6 people in 5 seconds.
Just
Nothing
too much
an
open ground. So
infantryman
the
can
open
carry
ground
can do
piece
that.
again, isn't it? Open ground.
Yeah.
At some
And
point,
so
you
how
have to
does
run from one area to another area, and you've got no cover to do so. You have to run across and just hope that no one shoots you, and that's the simple fact.
And how does that? Because obviously the hard counter to Vix is in the old games being an engineer and having an RPG, right?
You can't one-shot them. Nothing. You can't one-shot. You can't one-shot anything.
Okay.
So they can kill you.
Well, there wasn't. Well, okay. So tanks, there was no one-shotting anything. You could obviously one-shot Hummers and stuff if you had like an anti-tank weapon, for sure.
Yeah, but you can't in this game.
I didn't shoot an AT weapon at a Jeep, so I don't know.
I've shot AT weapons at everything in the game. You
Okay.
can't one-shot anything.
So one of the things that we used to do an awful lot of, in both 2 and 3, is we used to consistently we do one of 2 play styles. We'd either Zerg at the first set of flags, so forget rush type modes and thinking more like conquest type modes. We'd either Zerg to the nearest flags that with everyone else that were the first ones to cap, and you'd either be on foot or you'd be in vehicles or riding on the people's vehicles or whatever. Or it felt like the other half of the time we would get in vehicles and flip round to the opposite side of the map, probably quite near their base, or at least to far-flung flags, and we'd go and cap them. And we'd traditionally be all together in our team of 5 or 6, or however many there was. And frequently, at least when we capped it, we would be the first there, and there would be no one around. And either we'd be going on from there to go and attack somewhere else, or sometime after we captured it, the bad guys would start turning up in small numbers, and that was something we consistently did a lot of. We had to travel to get there. We were doing the vehicle thing. We were very specifically not meeting people on the way, and going out of our way to make sure we didn't meet people on the way, although that wasn't really much of an issue. So the whole kind of being in a big map and not coming across people, I hear that. We didn't play that game mode last night, so I didn't have any hands-on experience of it. But I was thinking back to the way we used to play Battlefield, and divorcing the experience of Call of Duty from it. Well, that's kind of what we did before. So if that's what kind of people are complaining about, I'm kind of, to a degree, I am thinking, well, but that's the Battlefield. That's part of the Battlefield experience, rather than.
Yeah, we should give that a try and see if that works for us in this mode.
You're definitely right about that, and I think so. I never played 2 at all, and I started playing Battlefield with you at 3. Right, that's pretty much my entry point into to playing games with you guys. Full stop. Bar the odd little whatever here and there, and I know Dan made this point on Saturday, right? So DPC and Sinewave independently back then could regularly fill 2, maybe touching 3 squads, and certainly there were points where we had, DPC plus Tarzan plus Sinewave,
plus Tarzan,
plus Tarzan, and a Tarzan.
Squatting myself.
And we'd basically have half the server, right? So exactly as you described, Robbie, 100% we did that, and I'd be really interested. And we obviously can't tell this, but in that recollection, whether it was just like, well, we've got 2 squads, we've got Alpha and Bravo, and we've got 4 Siren Wavers, 4 DPCs, and we're going round to that cap 1 away from enemy spawn, because 1 we know will have superiority of force because we got 2 squads and we're all on comms, blah blah blah. So we know we could hold down something like that. That's definitely a thing that we did quite a lot of in 3, probably less of in 4, but we certainly still had, more active players who were playing the same game at the same time into 4 as well, right? So do you see what I mean, right? It becomes a much more valid tactic.
And the other thing that we did an awful lot of, and I forget whether it is 3 or 4 that the game mode came in when it introduced commanders, is.
That was in 4 because you had the tablet. So quite a lot because that's round about when the kids started coming along, right? Maybe a bit before, but anyway, I had that on my tablet and I would do that quite a lot, at random times, right?
So either playing in commander mode or one of us playing in commander mode, and I know I did it a fair bit, and directing not only the DPC squad to places and do stuff.
Tarzan was the gold stealer.
But other people in doing that, and conversely, and I was team leader quite a lot in that version of that game, because and it reminded me last night, Landy, when Dan was saying, yeah, but I'm instructed to do this and I'm instructed to do that, and you're like, yeah, fuck that, we're not doing that, I'm ignoring that. That came like a flash. That was constant, being tasked to go and do stuff. And I would say, certainly when I was a team leader, when we're doing that initial Zerg bit, when we would go off to the flip end of the map and go and do something, or we decide halfway through the game, fuck me, these fucking jets are really getting on with it. Let's go and take the airfield and just fucking remove that problem, or whatever it is we decided we would go and do. The other half of the time, easily half of the time, when the commander said, Charlie squad, and
to
we were all
E,
Charlie,
yeah.
to go to E, I would be, the reason why we're going to E, I may not have communicated it, was because the commander was telling us to go and do that. So there was a sense of purpose around doing stuff. Now, what we were doing last night, that whole fucking, rush by another name game mode, I'm not sure how freaking relevant that is, because you've got to cap 2 cap points and you've got a wider funnel rather than the slightly narrow
Yeah.
funnel that
What
you
else?
had in the
What
rush
else?
modes.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, where else are you going to go? But in the completely open-ended game mode that Bill was talking about, that's had some flack. Well, that strikes me as being much
Sorry,
more relevant.
Is it confirmed there's a commander in 2042?
Well, there must be, because
Just 'cause-
Dan was talking about
that's
him.
assuming that's
Isn't-
assuming Dan knows what he's talking about.
And
I'm
is
not
there a
aware
difference?
I'm not
Who
aware
was-
either way.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've not heard anyone say there's a commander mode.
Is he
Interesting.
is it, well, I guess so. Two things, right? So one, is he confusing the normal squad leader queuing up objectives with
Dan was
He,
the squad
he
commander?
was the squad leader.
Right, so that leads me on to my second point. So in the game Squad, which I think is based on the BF2 or BF3 engine, the way the chain of command works is only the squad leaders can see the commands given by the next up in the CIC, right?
Yes, that's how I'd
Um,
expect it to work if there were a commander, for sure.
Yeah, but that
Or maybe because Dan was on in a squad leader role, maybe the game was talking to him, telling him to attack one of the 2 objectives, and he was continuously going off. And he definitely said he's being told to go there, and he's being told to see the words to that effect.
He did for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause the game also does do the reminding you, sector A is just being retaken. Go, we need reinforcement. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're getting
Yeah.
those audio
That
prompts
That might have been
from
what
the
it
game
was.
to go and do a thing because you've taken a point or you're losing a point or a squad's wiped or whatever it might be.
The
Yeah,
task
li-
made
literally,
So there is
literally
no
X is
there is
under
no
attack.
commander
Defend
role.
X.
There is no commander role in 2042 at this moment in time.
Okay.
So
yeah,
there is
that.
something that Bill mentioned from when he was playing beta about going to the opposite end of the map and getting into a fight and it being, you have the gunfight that you have and you win, you lose, and every time you win, there was only like 1 or 2 of them, and they've killed you before you could kill them, and actually how much better it would be doing it with the rest of the team, because we'd all be on voice comms, we'd be a bit more coordinated in those kind of situations. We would, instead of one of us being on our own and getting twatted by 2 or 3 of them, we'd be rocking up as 4 or 5 of us, and we'd be doing the opposite to them. Now, the game mode, or the main game mode, where you've got more freedom to go, 360 degrees all over the place, if that lends itself to us being off somewhere and getting into smaller scale fights, which we can dominate because we're a team of people in a squad, rather than being part of some 60-man wave of humanity smashing itself against the other 60-man wave of humanity, which is what that Rust-esque mode we were doing last night was like. I think that might actually be more enjoyable as well. Less shooting, yes, but it will be less
kinetic,
dying, respawning, running forward, dying, respawning, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, it's. Do you remember in Warzone there was that Rumble game mode?
No.
I think we played it as a 4, like literally once or twice, and because you guys were playing Warzone on Mondays, right? So I wasn't playing, and then we'd play whatever we play on Tuesday. So I came to that again really late, and I really liked that mode, and I really liked it for the one reason that it was a super quick way before I started playing Modern War, because I quite liked that actually, as opposed to Warzone solo. It was a really super quick way of going and leveling up your guns, and what I found was, because it is that It's
Oh, I
basically
know what
you'd
you
have a
mean.
small
Yeah.
subsection of a map, so around the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
hospital, downtown, and you've just got constant stream of people spawning in. I could go and find an angle with an LMG or whatever, lie down and just hose people, and then you only get killed because you get killed in one of two ways. You're making your way to the point where you want to camp and hose people, killed en route, fine. Or once you've sat there for a while and you've killed a guy 2 times, he's like, right, I'm getting that fucker. And you've got, because it's just a constant stream of people, you've got no that sort of situational awareness to be like, okay, there's a guy coming, I need to reposition. You're basically just lying there till, do you know what I mean? Till
Till he rocks up next to you and shoots you. Yeah.
till you get deaded, right? And he's like, oh, that guy over there's been a right pain in the ass. I'm gonna go and take him out, right? Um,
Yeah. So
so
that ability to maneuver around people, to have control of the space, if you like, is something that the modes we played so far, it's just impossible. Basically, it's just not set up for that kind of thing. There's too many people knocking around. There's too much spawning. Basically,
If you think about it, even in Call of Duty, we would frequently either get into a vehicle and fuck off to the opposite side of the map, or we would jump at the opposite side of the map away from everyone else, or if we were on foot,
work in, yeah.
we would rotate round to the other side of the map where there was fuck all people and let everyone else grind against each other whilst avoiding some contact and or just taking a much more measured approach.
Yes, Oscar,
As
the
opposed to
downtime is for a patch in New World, yeah. I'm not sure
Hmm?
exactly how long it's going to take, maybe a few hours.
3 hours is what it was
yeah, I was saying
slated
it's
for.
going to be 3 hours. So and so that in many ways is mimicking what we were doing in Battlefield. So I think we should probably stop trying to push water uphill. And as much as it was the big, massive intensity Zerg festival that it was, step back and try the main game mode. And whilst people might be moaning like stink that they can't find anyone, there's no one to meet. Well, actually, yeah, because we'll be all together. And if one of us gets killed, then they're going to be resable by the others. We're going to be like a squad of 4, or as you pointed out the other day, Landy, we're going to be 2 squads. And it will be easier for us to stay together and support the kind of way that we're going to do it.
Yeah, actually, as
more objective based as opposed to you're more kind of objective based rather than kill crazy rampage.
I agree entirely, and I think so. If you look at the way I would describe that in Warzone is like, if you're playing to win Warzone every time, you don't play like we play, right? Or because we did it exactly how you described, right? So we're going for a more, I think of the right word, but maybe a more narrative feel to the round. Do you know what I mean? We've got a thing to do. We're going to go and do the things, and we might deviate along the way. And you're still, you're not playing to lose, but you're not
trying to maximize efficiency.
You're not min-maxing. Yeah, exactly. Oh, let's hot drop in here because we'll take these guys out early. We'll get these drops. Blah blah blah. So I think if you take that lesson, just like you've said, and applied it to 2042 and say, well, we're going to make our story within a story. Do you know what I mean? Right? We're going to go in and do this round. We're going to go and do this. Play it that way. Then.
Well, tactically, it worked in Call of Duty because how many times did we get top 10 team finishes and even higher than that, top 5 team finishes quite often, and we would have like between the group we'd have like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 kills each. There was plenty of times where we got into the extreme end game, like the last 5 teams, so where the best of us would have 3 kills and some of us would have no kills. And
Battle Royale, isn't it?
we've just. I'm sorry.
It's Battle Royale, though, isn't it? Obviously, slightly.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking about Battle Royale. But that's because we were playing the game objectively rather than playing it like a Zerg festival. And whilst that isn't everyone's flavor and what people want to do, and you can watch a load of people playing Call of Duty, and clearly they're going out of their way to get into fights. for how we did it, we got into the end game a lot, and really, I think for the first game any of us ever won was the one that you and Landy won, Bill, where you had basically got into almost. I think we hadn't been in any fights until you got into
Nah.
the fight at the
We
very,
had
very,
like
very
0 or 1 kill. That was about it.
yeah, exactly.
Well, you crashed, didn't you? In that
We were
one?
just
Yes,
hiding in
yeah,
it,
yeah.
hiding in a shed until pretty much the end.
That's you can see, well, that's kind of min-maxing. Well, yes and no, but the objective of the game is to be the last team standing. It's not to rack up have all of you with like 10 kills each. That's otherwise getting to 10 kills each would be the point of the game. It wouldn't be last team standing.
And again, because I came in late, before I decided that I didn't like playing Warzone solo, I was like, okay, cool, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to throw myself in. I remember before, like the first time I booted the game up, I was like, don't PAX be PAX, right? Don't try and think about the game. Just chuck yourself straight in. And I think it was either that. It was certainly in my first PlayStation. So it's either my very first game or however many rounds I got in. I finished like second or third, and I don't know the map. No clue where anything is. Vaguely have an idea. No idea what the guns are doing. Whatever. And it's that very similar thing. I was just making my way around. I'm going to move cover to cover, spend a bit of time, try and see what's going on, blah blah blah, and yeah, got into. I remember exactly where it was. Now it was the finish was over in Farmyard, and I was holed up on top of some house, and yeah, I got killed. But it's like second or third place finish by literally not doing anything and actually not having a clue what I was doing either.
You were unpredictable, partly.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
Good fundamentals, but also just being unpredictable, which hurts people in terms of trying to.
So are you guys going to be jumping into Pacific when it comes out to give it a whirl?
More specific.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
the
know
new
what that is.
Warzone map that's coming out start December with obviously the back end of Vanguard engine.
I hadn't thought about it. It was news
Maybe.
to me.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe.
We've got a lot to play at the moment, and it won't go away.
Yeah, not as a regular thing. I just obviously I'm going to be in it, but I mean it just I'm sure it's going to be more of the same. It's supposed to obviously be kicking off the whole kernel level anti-cheat. Obviously, how effective that will be, let's find out. Obviously, there's plenty of new weapons coming into the game as well from Vanguard and all the rest of it, and how the map actually. I mean, you can see obviously some previews of the map. Obviously, there's not masses on it, but it's completely different. I think there's I think they're putting planes in it, obviously in some of the modes. So it strikes me as more of a, think of it more of a sort of old school Battlefield map in some ways, but it sort of it almost reminds me of remember was it in Battlefield 5 when they did the Battle Royale stuff, the Inferno one or whatever it was called.
Firestorm.
It reminds me a bit like that sort of thing. It looks like, but I'm sure it will see play very.
Well, it's kind of their
Warzone,
version 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, well, I suppose they had a 1.5 and this is version 2, isn't it? So, yeah, you'd hope they'd learn some lessons from what they did before. Not that they did a lot wrong, but they can improve it.
Right.
One of the things that annoyed me intensely about Battlefield 5, Second World War One.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was layering all the modern day weapon modularity on top of Second World War weapons, especially things like hollow red dots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That really ground on me. And the game was fun to play, and some of the modes were really good, but I really didn't like that. One of the things I think is going to be a challenge for Battlefield 2042 to achieve is going to be that, for me, and I said this to Landy when I was convincing him to install and load up Call of Duty and play. It was I kind of fell in love with how the guns felt, recoil, sounds, felt, smelt, how they fired, how they the tactileness of all of that just felt really, really, really good. Going back to Battlefield, yeah, the Battlefield stuff just is nowhere near as good, and it didn't feel as good last night.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a challenge I'm going to have to get my head around. But conversely, if Call of Duty's new stuff is Second World War and it's going to do the approach that Battlefield 5 does, I'm just scrolling through the website now and I'm looking at lots of sites on top of guns. That's immediately kind of putting me off.
If you haven't watched it yet, the latest GameSpot video from the guy from Royal Armouries does the Vanguard guns, and they are desperate, basically.
Oh, I watched that because I like that guy. Yeah. So I think there's some interesting observations there, Rocky. So I hated the
Guys, I'm gonna
UI.
shoot.
Yeah, right.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you
Bye,
later.
bye.
See you
Yeah,
later.
sure, buddy.
Speak to you later.
I hated the UI in 5, like with a passion. There were so many, like I didn't. You'd come out of a round and they'd be like, "Oh, you've leveled up this. You got this. You go here to unlock this chest," and blah 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 blah. I really just couldn't get on with it, and part of that is me not investing enough time in it. But then you also have that bleed through into the stuff you were just talking about then, like unrealistic weapons and blah blah blah. Just really hated it, disliked everything about it. And I would actually say I had pretty much fallen out of love with all FPSs because, played a little bit of 1, or a tiny bit, almost none, played a bit of 5, way less than you guys, and only a bit of it. And then I didn't play any FPSs at all until I decided to give Tarkov a go, and gave that a really good go, and then stopped because it's the game it is, and it isn't the one for me. And then I really committed to trying to get back into FPSs when I picked up Warzone with you boys. And actually, it was Modern Warfare that really did it for me because it's that much more, small maps. You've still got some Vics, and the gunplay was really, really good. You find a weapon that you like, and like you said, right, you really can. You got that really good sense of, okay, I've got this gun, I know how it handles. Similar to me to that the G36C in Battlefield 3, right? Like my meme tier weapon for me. So it will be, if I think about that for 2042, if the gunplay isn't solid, I can feel that being a hurdle
Annoying.
that will be a real big one for me to get over, because it's like, I don't know. I don't know whether it was I'd fallen out of love with FPSs or whether I just hadn't played one I liked or played with a group on a Tuesday, for instance, for so long. But yeah, I really enjoyed getting back into it with the bit of Warzone we did, and then I did lots of Modern Warfare solo because I really enjoyed it.
I didn't play Modern Warfare.
competitive.
I didn't play Modern Warfare. I only had the free Warzone game. As I said before, I thought the guns were really well done, and just from my experiences last night, not as strong. Again, they're slightly next. Again, well, it's 2042, right? So they're slightly more future state. So like the assault rifle looks like the Beretta. I can't remember what the
that
Beretta
concept one.
Yeah,
like the next gen platform one.
It's exactly it's Beretta's version of an M4 / an HK 416, but that's what it is. I can see it a mile off, and there's a bunch of guns like that, which is slightly annoying, and the near future tech stuff, which I've not really liked, as opposed to like just straight modern day. Haven't really done. I know why they do it, because it allows them to add tools and toys to kits,
gimmicky type stuff.
Gimmicky stuff, which is unrealistic to do. Magic, basically, unrealistic to do. But if we wind forward the clock a couple of decades, well, there's absolutely no reason why we wouldn't have that kind of technology then. So I get why from gameplay, but it just grates on me a little bit. Clearly I bought the game and I knew it was going to be that before we got there because it was called 2042. But I'm just kind of, seeing how we go. If all the gameplay is like the gameplay that we had last night, which, as I said, is this. It's rush. It's a wider fronted rush, but you've still got to capture 2 points before you unlock the next sector and you move on into that one, and your respawn point is moved up. In as many turns, if that's all it is, because it was such a fuck. It was such a pig fuck. It really was. There were just zillions of people. You got killed by people almost on like kind of 360-degree basis because you can't see where they are because there's just so many people. Less fun and probably burn out of it quite quickly. But if the game mode, which sounds like it's getting a bit of slacking for not being like that, and then there's a bit quieter. Well, I actually think probably, for all of us in our mid-40s, it's probably where you're thinking more as opposed to twitching less. It probably lends itself a bit more to us, our play style. Yeah, I think we should kind of double down on that a bit. Personally,
Yeah, I agree. I think yeah, look, I totally agree with that. I think we're not, just from just from your physical reactions, right? Our Twitch is not as good as it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Let alone compared to the kids that we'll be up against, right? So
I keep saying that to Landy, and every time I talk to him or I ever come and bring it up, he either disagrees with me and says, no, my reactions are the same as they always were, or he kind of makes grumbly noises like he doesn't want to admit it. But it's like,
just,
yeah,
it's just true, isn't it?
It's like it doesn't matter what you're talking about in life. As you hit 30, as you go from the other side of 30 onwards, yes, you think quickly and you make better judged decisions. Absolutely. What you don't do is physically react faster. You just don't. You just don't.
Yeah.
And there's also who you are. You don't.
So you look at the sine wave boys, right? So I would say, on average, the sine wave boys would outcompete the DPC boys at FPSs because they play more competitive SPSs. So, the number of times I've talked to Johnny about games and I've been moaning about stuff in an FPS about, how to kill people or whatever. And Cavers is the same actually, but both of them will say, well, it's easy. You just click on their heads. That's all you've got to do. Click on a head, because they've got that 10 years, 15 years, well, 20 years, playing CS, super competitive, fast paced, where, you are no scoping or you're, and there's not really ADS in CS, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So there's that to contend with as well. So it's not just about reaction time, muscle memory, positioning,
Game specific technique.
It's about, actually, do you have the 10,000 hours in your wrist of instantly being able to move your mouse pointer onto someone's head and click, right? Yes or no. And then you build in all of the rest of the stuff on top of it as well.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. So listen, we'll see. We'll see how it rolls. I know on it's a reality. If you look back at the games we play, if we go back to like Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield 2, and Bill, you'll remember this, we were certainly me and Landy, and then some of the others, whatever game we're playing, we would always be in the gold, silver, bronze positions, like pretty much always, or there or thereabouts. And our squad would be, unless you had like another squad that was coming from a single clan, the squads that we had would by a long way have the most kills, massively dominant. As time has gone on, and we've gone from game to game to game, less so. We used to track stats before things were collected online automatically. You remember them, Bill? Yeah, I'm sure I've got those spreadsheets somewhere still showing the amount of gold medals and silver medals and so on and so on and so on we had. Vast numbers. You look at like Battlefield 3 and 4, the number of times we would be finishing, any of us finishing first or anything. No, just it fucking almost never fucking happened.
yeah, I
And,
don't. So I don't.
and,
I
and one
don't-
part will be because we weren't playing it as much. We weren't hitting those versions of the game as much as we had hit the earlier versions of the games, like the 942s and the Battlefield 2s, where we put silly hours in. Well, Battlefield 2, we were in various clan leagues. We ran our own clan server. We were playing it that much.
Hmm.
If you look at Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, we never played anywhere near that much, and the the results showed that. To your point, we weren't putting the hours in. It's a reality. We were getting older. Reactions were slowing down, and so on and so on and so on. There was more reasons because we're getting older and everyone's getting responsibilities why there was less of us hanging around as a group. Never mind filling a squad. We usually had when we were doing our clan matches. Okay, usually they were they 8-man matches, Bill?
Yeah,
Yeah,
could
I
have
think they
been.
were.
they
I think
were.
Up to.
I
Yeah.
think yeah, up
Yeah.
to it. And we had more people turning up to play in those matches
Yeah.
than we had slots to put them in. So we would have we'd be like, right, okay, we got a six game series against these guys. So and you'd have someone like Nick would say, "Oh, listen, okay, I don't want you to hold you guys up. I'd like to play a couple of games." And someone, Stu would say the same. And so then we would be like, we'd probably have half of us would play all of the games, and then the other half would be tagging each other in and out as we go through a game. So everyone would get a game. We had that many people turning up, and that was for a few years. Now, if we got 4 of us online, it's a surprise.
Yeah, was a
and then-
sine wave as a clan. I think existed from sort of Battlefield 4 onwards. Now, lots of the people are the same people, but it's exactly that same scenario. So 3, when I was playing with you, but also playing with those boys, can't remember what the name was now, but it was something else, and it was a whole bunch of people that Krez and Johnny specifically knew from playing lots of CS, and then obviously you play other FPS titles, right? And it's exactly the same thing. We had clan servers, and then we went to a few of the multiplay lands, together. So up in the NEC, and we entered Battlefield 3 tournament at a LAN, and you've got however many thousand people there. And I think we got to the quarters. So, you're good enough to go and play with people that are going to a big, long weekend gaming event specifically to go and enter a tournament, right? Where there's cash money prizes and you're competitive, right? And we had exactly the same scenario where you'd have more people turning up. Now, I wasn't party to it, but then there was a big falling out, people being dicks to each other, whatever. And then that's why Sine Wave existed. But at its peak in that other clan, because then you start wrapping in the Eve stuff that we were doing. I think we had like 30, 40 real people at the peak in Recall in Eve. So then multiply it by 3 for the number of tunes that people have got. Yeah, it's a lot of people that you'd have potentially turning up. Obviously, not everyone's going to play the same game at the same time or whatever. And then you look at this Discord now. You look at the Sine Wave Discord. There's like 6, 7 people left. It's like
yeah.
My
And
God.
there are such. Go on,
Right,
Bill.
guys. I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna jump off. So thanks
Yeah,
for
I need to go and
it's
get my
bedtime.
brief.
Yeah.
That's all the feedback on the FPS stuff.
No,
No, it's
you're
wonderful.
welcome.
Just-
I can give you
yeah.
some proper input after Friday, so I'll be around and we'll have a play.
And I can send you some. No, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Some
I'll.
dick.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Cool.
See you
Cheers,
later.
guys.
Bye bye.
Later.
See you later.